He's saying that.
That has to be, that's done a little different to choose people. And, yeah, I've been for all of it, go ahead. But Shannon, he's been there a long time, and Steve Lasky. So anyway, but that's some of the things that need to be, again. And the worst thing is, yeah, there's a lot of travel involved, or you have to go to different meetings.
What time is that meeting?
It'll start at 10, let's see, usually, what time is 10:30? Is it 10:30? Usually we start over there, or with the TAC, I think that's when I usually start.
We had the wrong date on the minutes from Tuesday, so that is corrected Tuesday minutes. And then if you would stamp this Tuesday, appreciate that.
Rick?
Whereabouts is that meeting?
Get rid of that, the second.
Yeah, cold to the bone.
Pardon?
They're a good outfit.
It was our tech or inform?
Inform. They're very good outfit.
Inform.
Whereabouts is that PAC meeting gonna be at, Jim?
It's gonna be out at East's.
Deetz's?
Go down there, we have a meeting at 10:30, and then whenever time we get done, then they have a case center meeting afterwards, which will start at, usually that's at 12, right around there, 11 to 12. And then after that, they have a quad lunch usually, which that's when they're on now, starting. And because that's where a lot of them send in, they put applications in for grants, and that's where that quad lunch down there.
So what time do you need to do that?
You'll need to be there, go right before 12, or you can go right at 12, or, because the case center meeting be going on. It'd be good for you, just, I'd like to see you set, because I know, Rick was on the, Quad Lakes, and, anyway, what he done, and he would sit and wait for Quad Lakes, because they was a meeting there.
Same people putting on the meeting for.
Well, Case Center puts it on, but just like there, you don't have to, when I was just on the TAC, a lot of times, I'd leave after the TAC meeting. But now I'm a treasurer on the
Rick, you need some more towels?
board,
Stick around.
now, I'm gonna stick around on TAC until I get, kind of going. And I've got another guy,
Oh, is
he's
that-
vice chair.
I didn't
I'd
walk
like
over
to
here.
get him in his chair. And then let Jay come in after, if I can make all that, so I have to, you have all the people in the committee.
Plan on putting a
to
coffee
work with
maker
them
right
to
next
do
to
it.
that.
And if you find the right people.
There's another refrigerator in there.
Oh.
On the case,
We need to get rid of this
I'll
thing.
do that for you. I'm one of them, or you,
Say.
cause it takes you a while to learn.
I haven't heard it kick on.
It's a little different deal, but anyway, if I can make all that work, then I can move everybody around. Then it doesn't matter, you all shuffle around and go to different ones, or whatever you wanna go to. But you have to now, the case everyone's the one that you vote. The others, we're on the board, but we only vote on the tax stuff. That's what we do on the tax board, and that's the reason. But it's, probably the tax is the most, I still say one of the most important parts of it, because it's all MoDOT. Even though I've lost a lot of faith in MoDOT too. Cause everything it seems like they've done here lately is a problem. I don't know. But this deal on the roads yesterday, people calling, and I understand it, crap, I told I live 10 miles down, or not 10, 5 miles on that deal. And it was,
Like you told me the other day, it's a business decision. It's costing them so much to clean the roads.
that's all it is, just think about it, and for them to go over, and then furthermore, on some of these, what I do know, when you're dropping the snow plow and picking up and blading, it really tears the heck out of your, asphalt roads.
Oh, yeah.
That's a problem there. But anyway, because you have enough trouble with guys with disc or anything like that. I don't know if Stanton had one out there, comes off his damn disc. going
I
down the
seen that. He tried his best to put, with his blade, to put it back into the grooves, but it just didn't stay.
road. No,
I think I ended up laying a patch over the top of
Yeah.
that.
But that happened, I remember that, I go, what the crap? And Stan said, I don't know what the hell he was thinking.
You know, it's pretty easy to do when you're in there and
Yep.
you turn around and think, oh, I'm gonna bump it up, and you think you're in the center, and all of a sudden, you go the wrong way.
Yeah. So anyway. But hopefully we'll have a couple phone calls. I'll get one from Kevin and I hope to get one from Greg. Greg said if Kevin calls him before he gets home, have him call him. Or call Greg.
They don't have any real direction on how they wanna maintain their roads.
They don't.
I don't feel. They've changed it up every year since I've been gone.
It's,
I'm surprised the city hasn't done anything. I mean, they haven't touched the.
you know
square
what
root.
gets me, why they didn't pick up snow?
It's awful. Second Street still snow packed and.
I don't know. They've got a lot of,
A lot of it's the temperature. If it gets a little bit warmer today, they may get out there and start trying to do that.
that ice and stuff, so. Big deal.
Even getting a shot down underneath the ice won't be enough to pop it loose.
Yeah,
Well, we had so much rain, it just washed it away.
what I done was, we done there in the store, and started putting it on the sidewalk, and then we let it melt a little bit, chip off that, and then put some more down. That's how we got it cleaned off, but it taken a while.
Truth be told, on these roads, I don't think they did, but they could have used that calcium
Yeah, of
chloride.
course, in,
Which
years
can
ago,
come back and bite you in the ass
Yeah.
later on, but
we used, I know years ago when we had the deals, we used calcium chloride on that, cause that, we had a lot of salt.
Yeah.
That's what you mix on your tire, tractor tires.
yeah, yeah.
And that's what I done.
We used to make hot
But the
dogs.
bad thing, it's sticky crap, you go to use it, when you walk in here, all the floors will, it'll just tear the hell out, wax it. You better get ready to wax it, cause it's.
Yeah, and if you got leather boots on, you better
Oh,
get
yeah.
ready to put some oil on them.
It'll shrink 'em.
I had a pair of gloves start to draw up on me when I doused it.
Yeah. So,
It's nasty stuff. And then it'll come back like a refreeze and it'll look like hair on the road, just standing up.
okay,
Oh, it's time.
yep, let's see, you gotta have this. Oh. Oh, she just did. Huh? Okay, agenda stand approved as presented. Let's go ahead and open up the meeting.
Alright, Henry County Commission, Henry County, Missouri, Tuesday, January 7th, 2025, the second day of the term. All were present. At 9:01, Commissioner Stone brought the meeting to order. The agenda was approved as presented. The minutes from the Thursday, January 2nd, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Larson made a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner, I got it. Bradley seconded the motion, motion carried. I do a lot of cutting and pasting. Chuck Fields with Digital Computer Works met with the commission to discuss live streaming the commissioner meetings. He discussed potential issues with storage as the data becomes a permanent record. He also discussed hardware needed for the live streaming and data storage. He discussed using YouTube's live stream platform and then linking the stored video to the county website. He stated that would be the most cost-efficient platform to use. The group discussed the county getting a Facebook page to get information out to the public. Chuck mentioned that Facebook changed its format at some time in the past that may not show up timely on some threads. He gave an example of not seeing school notifications until a few days past the event. Chuck continued the live stream discussion by mentioning the use of Zoom. He stated that individuals would have to sign in order to view the stream, but Zoom allows up to 3,000 individuals the opportunity to be in the meeting at a time for a small monthly fee. Commissioner Stone mentioned it important to not mention employees' names or discuss things that should be reserved for a closed session during a live stream. The group discussed closed sessions and specific reasons a public body may go into closed session. Commissioner Stone stated that the group should visit with other commissioners, that should be just a plural S, at the upcoming County Commissioners Association of Missouri meeting before the decision to go live streaming is made. There was more discussion with Chuck regarding live streaming. Chuck stated that he was unable to find any reviews on the video equipment that Commissioner Larson had suggested. He did state that he did find equipment that ranged in price from $10,000 to $20,000. He did suggest that the $2,000 equipment recommended by Mark would be worth trying, as it is much more cost efficient and could be easily replaced. There was more discussion on using YouTube as a live stream platform. At 9:35, the commission conducted a public hearing. In order to adopt the 2025 Henry County budget, Clerk Rick shared of the changes between the document approved on December 23rd, 2024, and the current document. The differences include addition to the commissioner's budget to include cell phone, computer, and live stream equipment, allowing more hours to the assistant emergency management director, as well as creating an employee for assigning addresses, adding funds for the prosecuting attorney's employee wage line, adding FICA and other employee benefits expenses, updating VRO numbers in the road and bridge fund, adjusting expense lines for the sheriff's civil fund due to the beginning balance changing because of December 31 purchases, and finally changes to the county retirement fund due to the additional mapping employee. Expenditures approved to be paid with county payroll. Zachary Olivas with Great River Engineering of Commission prior to the bid opening for BR Road 30, bridge number 267003 on Northwest 400 Road over White Oak Creek in White Oak Township. He has distributed sign-in sheets for bidders. CNC Bridge and Concrete from Nelson, Missouri, and Mern Excavating from Bonnet Spring, Missouri attended the bid opening. At 10 o'clock, the commission conducted a bid opening for the BR Road 30, bridge number 267003 on Northwest 400 over White Oak Creek in White Oak Township. Only 2 bids were received. The first from CNC Bridge and Concrete totaled $673,489. The second from Mira Excavating came to $616,000 or $616,173. Great River Engineering's construction estimate totaled $621,058.58. Zachary shared that Great River Engineering would review the proposal from Mira Excavating for accuracy and get back to them as they were the lowest bid. Shannon Jenkins shared that once the review is complete, they would be able to begin work in February. Bill Kelsey from White Oak Township attended the bid opening and asked questions in regards to bridge specifications and time for completion. It was shared that the bridge is 90-foot single-span bridge strong enough for legal loads. Bill asked Commissioner Larson questions in regards to planning and zoning, as White Oak Township needs to update their planning and zoning master plan. Phone numbers were exchanged. Dennis Bowers, road and bridge supervisor, met with the commission. He shared that the plan to replace the bridge on Southwest 351 Road in Fairview Township was not approved by the Corps of Engineers. He explained that the bridge sits underwater when the lake levels increase to a certain height. At times, it sits underwater 4 to 6 months a year. Dennis shared that he does not want to spend $100,000 on a bridge that is inaccessible every time the lake level gets to a certain height. He shared that the Corps will not allow him to raise the road nor install culverts in lieu of a full replacement of the bridge. The group discussed bridges that the county has had to close due to not being able to make a compromise with the Corps of Engineers, such as the Northeast 300 Road Bridge, otherwise known as the Thrush Bridge, and Southeast 251 Road south of Brownington. The group discussed the need to remove the bridge if a compromise can't be made. Dennis recommended that it be removed as individuals continue to drive around barricades unless they are power driven into the ground with crossbars the length of the road easement. Dennis shared that he would like to drive the county roads with the new commissioners when the weather breaks to share various roads and issues. Dennis discussed the plan to replace the bridge on Southeast 100 Road in Bethlehem Township as it has a 12-ton limit. Dennis stated he received the bridge list from MoDOT and needs to have the bridge disc cleaned off. He also stated that he contacted each of the townships and has directions from some to go ahead and have the bridge crew clean them off, but waiting for the weather to permit. Jake questioned the request from Bogart Township to share rock costs on a project the county did. Dennis shared that the agreement was for the county to pay for the labor and culverts, the township to pay for the rock. He stated that he feels the county has done their part. Mark Harden, with the emergency management director, shared that the Benson Center was prepared to be the warming center as the generator was moved there in preparation for a large turnout. He shared that he was able to obtain 100 cots from Kansas City and will pass them on to Warsaw for storage. He also shared that the warming center at the First Baptist Church was full. Mark shared that the generator needs service as there was a lit warning light. The group discussed the courthouse sidewalks as the cold temperatures refreeze overnight. They also discussed was the caution tape stretched across the sidewalks. Clerk Rick mentioned that the commission should consider limiting employees from parking on the courthouse parking lot so the public can use it. The commission returned a call to Luella Zabrinsky. A message was left at 12:08. Commissioner Bradley made a motion to adjourn. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion carried with roll call vote of yes.
Additions correct?
Did we ever hear back from her?
Pardon?
Did we ever hear back from her? The lady that you called?
She didn't call us.
She didn't even call back?
Called me.
And I did find out that she actually had called and left a message on her phone down there, so we did not have a chance to speak to her yesterday.
Oh.
But we always do, when we do talk to them, we try to steer them in the right direction.
So do we still need to call her back, or has that been resolved until she calls back kind of thing? Gotcha. Gotcha.
I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything.
I don't have any corrections or anything other than what you mentioned, Rick.
Yeah.
I entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor, say aye.
I'll get those fixed.
Damn, aren't you a official little fella?
Thank you, sir. Whoa, look at that handsome
Yeah, I
devil.
was gonna say.
In our budget.
I didn't get any picture.
We closed, Fund
You had more
43.
hair than that one.
Fund 43 was a brand new fund that was just created last year, and it was for, the 27th Circuit Family Treatment Court. They wanted to start a new, family court to assist families that have been impacted by drug use. We didn't spend any money out of it. So I kinda talked them into combining Fund 43 with another fund that they have, and we just made, departments out of it. So what we did is we closed Fund 43 and transferred the money into 37. So this is just a document that we're transferring that money.
Is there any differences on how they can spend the money?
No, the court does it, and most
So
of
it's
that
all the
money
same.
is from participation fees and fundraising. So
Okay.
there's really no county money in it, it's all fee-based on who they're serving, who they're helping out.
Okay.
We did, last year, we did transfer 25,000 out of the opioid settlement fund that we have into that to kind of get started. So it's not spent. So that 25,000 that we're transferring from 43 to 37 is that opioid money that we transferred.
Okay.
Another thing we did is we completely changed the law enforcement fund around because it's not self-sustaining any longer, and we shifted all those expenses into GR. We created a department for the sheriff. So all law enforcement expenses come out of GR now. So we had $1.2 million in the law enforcement fund. We're transferred 600,000 into the inmate security fund, and the balance into DR. So that's what this is.
So did you close it?
We did
So
not
you-
close that one.
Okay.
Because we still have bond payments that will be made. Now the only thing we have is the bond.
So with this one here, is it Brandon and Harold or just Brandon?
Brandon.
Jim, you or Rick, you'd probably be able to answer this. Do we have, does the county have somebody, like for their vehicle maintenance, that we actually have an account set up with, we take to, get them to cut us some kind of a deal?
I don't know if they did here.
Well, Quick Lube, they all go down, a lot of them there, but then the ones over in Windsor go to different places, don't they?
They've been buying their tires from
Yeah.
Lowe's and Clark.
Yeah,
Fristos does all our,
body
Body
work, a
work,
lot of it.
yeah.
Quick Lube does oil changes.
What about like major repairs or, anything like that?
I don't know who they use.
They haven't, you know, it depends on their car vehicle. Some of them go to back to Greg Smith or one of them. That's the way it has been.
You know,
We haven't got a mechanic per se.
the dentist uses,
Oh, the
Jason
guy out,
Smith.
Jason Smith. All the big trucks, that's where Bridge Barn, if we can, that's where we can take them. And we have taken them up, the guy up to Urick, and one time taken up to Garden City, and Jason was busy, that's the big thing about him.
Yeah, Jason lost his mechanic, so he's by himself.
I was
Yeah.
getting
Yeah,
ready
he
to
makes
ask
it
if
slower.
Yeah,
You got anybody
he's had
hired?
one of our trucks for almost 8 months now.
Is
What
the-
truck?
Most
For
of
the fire
it's,
department. One of our engines.
No, you guys can.
as far as.
You all can make that decision.
Yeah, I'm just saying, he's,
Yeah,
No.
I didn't know if it
I'm just wondering.
was county structure.
We tried that.
we lost his mechanic, so
Like,
he's,
You know, hey, look,
Way
we bring you this,
Yeah, I
what
did.
kind of deal can we get? And also, if we
Sorry,
do
big guy.
that, doesn't matter what's going on, you move us to the front of the line.
Might be worth looking into, because we have a lot of vehicles.
Huh?
We have a fleet.
Yep, especially in the car situation, but most of the deputies is the biggest thing, well, transmissions, different things like that, but I don't know who to take them to. Around.
Yeah, the big stuff is mostly road and bridge.
Yeah,
I don't think the sheriff will have a lot of problems.
I mean, Jay, you're probably not gonna find anybody cheaper than Jason.
No,
To
Jason.
work on
No.
that stuff. I mean,
If
he's
he
done
can do
stuff
it.
for us.
I mean, once it goes past something he needs, then almost you need to go to.
But he'll let you know that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Jason's good about
as
it.
us anyway, at the bridge barn.
Yeah.
As far as the sheriff's department, most of it's, body work.
Really.
And it,
Well, it is.
do they get us in pretty quick normally?
Huh?
Did they just,
I'm not real sure.
I knew that, cause Aaron had told me one time that they took stuff down to Springfield to get worked on.
Well, that's the tractor and trailer, or the big truck had to, because that's where they worked on it. Because nobody else could do it. It was either that or Jeff City. That's where it was, especially on some of the trucks. That's the only reason we do stuff like that.
That's good.
Can you touch it up later? There's a big old bald spot in the middle.
Probably Claire will have a,
This is an
Oh.
inventory sheet.
She gave it to me.
Oh, shit.
She said I had till the end of the year to get this done, so.
Hey, the last year.
Yeah, you have the, until the end of last year, but,
Yeah.
I lose her all the time.
Yeah, I stopped down there, she emailed it over.
oh, gotcha.
Get it done as soon as possible.
This for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Rice was just here. I assume you know Chris.
Yeah.
said, whenever y'all get ready to look at doing something with the ordinance, you might wanna look at Cass County, because they've got a very, very good streamlined system.
Yeah, we talked to him about that at a conference.
Did he? And, cause he was just there opening day, I mean, it's, and then you need to talk to Chris Mullendorf. You'll get to know Chris.
Oh,
He's the
collector.
collector.
Okay. I'm not met him yet.
Huh?
I'm not met him yet.
He'll be the smartest person in the room by far.
Really?
About everything. No, seriously. I mean, he is extraordinarily intelligent. But there's a lot of issues that he even brought up that Cass County exempted the whole, utilized the whole of everything, not just the homestead. So, I don't wanna get involved in that, just be careful on your ordinance on whatever it is y'all decide to write.
It was pretty clear.
So all of the ag buildings, all of the ag land, the chicken house, everything frozen.
They did.
For rescue one night.
Well, that's what their ordinance, how they're
That's
interpreting.
how they were doing. Hey, that can be a big problem.
That's gonna, look, I wanna do it last year, but I just think you need to be careful.
You know, I got a guy that probably would not be a bad idea. His name's Dennis Ganal. He's the one that was attached to that state rep that actually wrote that 751 and 190. I went to a meet and greet, whatever you wanna call it, in, I don't remember where I was. I think it was Marshall, Missouri. He came in and put on, their Republican Party up there, put on some kind of thing and brought him in. Him and that state rep came in, and they literally laid because, like, I mean, it's a pain. I mean, I get that, but the way they originally set it up and the way they had did it, because they left some stuff out of it in the 190.
Sure.
So then they came back to 751.
Yeah.
Closed all those loopholes. So the way he, and I think honestly it would be good if I can get him to come here and even not only let like us talk to him, but let him talk to the individual people. Because that way, he lined it out and it was like very smooth sailing. He did say, unfortunately, Scott, some of this does fall to the assessor side. That's where everybody is, all of the counties are kind of laying it in your lap. I mean, that, from what my understanding is, but the way he went about it, it seemed very, very simple. The problem lies in the fact when you start wanting to, we want to not take money away from these people and maybe not these people. If you just do it straight across the board, the school, so what? The school, yes, the school is not going, they're not gonna be exempt from it. They're not going to be able to get their increase.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about that, I just know it's already working its way through the courts.
Yeah.
And, you know, we'll figure out what it is, but I just don't wanna have to go back and pay that.
Right, no.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, yeah. But I honestly do, I mean, and that's up to you guys, I can probably get him, because I've talked to him a couple different times, and I actually was gonna have him come here when I was running, because I didn't know anything about it. And I got in contact with him, then I went to that thing up there,
Well,
and we discussed it.
We're not, I don't think we're anywhere near that close yet to do it, but, you know, whatever y'all need to do to start working on the ordinance. I mean, we keep putting people off, putting them off, something's gotta happen.
I think we need to know everything we can about it before we do it. But I think honestly, I think he's gonna be the best bet of finding out there. I mean, the guy that wrote it, and that's all he does. this Dennis Canal, that's all he does. He has a, whatever you wanna call it, some kind of a system set up, and he travels around. And that's what he does, is he gives all the information, you can come in, you can ask him anything you want, and he will actually lay it out for you. The way it should.
Yeah, it does not matter to me, not even a little bit, cause I just do whatever the ordinance says. Hey, y'all need to do that. But I know that,
I think what was written and what the courts do to it is gonna be different.
completely,
They're gonna.
because the legislature can't get anything right.
No,
Well, no.
I mean, let's just face it. I mean, I shouldn't say too much, but they don't hardly have a brain between them.
I'm,
And it's a great idea.
I think everything's great except for one thing, getting it implemented and follow through with everything. Cause every year, things gonna change.
Well, it shouldn't change for them, because Rick's gonna keep track of how much they paid last year and they don't pay any more this year. That sounds pretty simple.
Just, hey, do what you want, and then you say, no, it's the same as last year.
Depends on how good the software is again. That's the key, is the software.
Some counties are having a tremendous issue with their software right now.
I can't imagine how.
Just trying to, I mean, it's gonna be tens of thousands of dollars to get the software upgraded. But it won't have to upgrade around.
I guess the big thing is it's gonna help the seniors. I guess that's what the first thing you better figure out.
I think it's really gonna miss, I mean, yes, it's certainly gonna help. Is it gonna have the impact that we want it to? Probably not. I think a lot of them are already utilizing the Missouri property tax credit, the ones that need it the most are getting it already.
It's in that.
I mean, you know, it's like Chris Rice was down here, he went and filled out his, well, you know, if you live in a $3 million house and all that stuff,
It's not gonna be
I mean, yes, dollar wise for him, but he goes, I didn't do it to the thing, he goes, I just do this, and he goes, he's working on the system to help identify the people that it's available for. So he wanted to go through their process in Greene County. Do you know Alan Isett? He's Greene County.
Want to see the collector down there?
He might be a trader, I don't know, but he's super smart. Go ahead, you need to continue.
Now we gotta be good.
Excuse me, it's black little man.
Here's a match.
You mean better than.
Better than normal, yeah. I thought you were getting some more candy hours, some better candy.
There's some open over there. Let me get you another one, cause that one, you'll get that all over the place, that one good.
Thank you, somebody with some sense.
You can argue with that.
I'm not gonna argue either.
You need a little bottle.
Fix it. That's how he did it.
Just pour it in there till it fills it
Yeah,
all the
the
way up.
best.
Hold it here, it's frozen.
Yeah.
Watch it blow the top off of that thing. It takes it a little while, doesn't it? To soak through.
It'll take a little bit.
Okay, you're too close, that camera is showing the balls.
Hey, there's a glare, there's a glare on this, on the picture.
It's just making me look good.
I tell you what, I couldn't do it too bad.
I could have brought you.
Yes, right here, okay. Yeah, I know, cool. I tell you what, that car business years, they got it.
Or was just down in the elevator, we have a little bag of peanuts. I should have brought them.
You think they're stuck in the elevator?
No, that elevator.
One, they had nothing match.
That's what I want mine, I don't want nothing to match.
It should be
Long.
Is that okay?
better than it was.
Exactly.
The kids go to school today.
They did.
I know.
Jenny was extremely happy.
He's still money.
Get him out of the house.
You see that meme, winter break started to look like spring break of 2020, and they're never going back to school.
That's what Jenny said. She's like, oh, we ain't pulling this COVID stuff. They're going back regardless.
They can just go sit in the gym.
Exactly.
I took mine early.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
You can
Yeah,
tell
3
we
o'clock.
have-
3
3 o'clock in the morning is a little early though, isn't it?
When I got up, it was time.
Out of bed. It's time to go.
No, they'll be back out tomorrow. They'll be back on.
That's okay. The bad part is I took both my kids. Even the one that goes to public school, I took him out there too.
Just stay there, huh?
I said, yeah, don't you have a nose to break?
Well, Clinton closed, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah. They're closing.
Yes, but Leslie didn't have to go today, so she wanted Josh to go to school.
I want my free day, you go. Well,
She gave him a light jacket and a pair of boots and told him to go play. So he's out playing hockey on the pond.
sounds like a good idea to me.
Good to keep all in.
Yeah. Was that an emu you got?
Oh yeah.
You got lots of emus.
You need one?
No. Are they fenced off from the lake or can they run out there after it?
I don't know. They're fenced off, but he goes out. They don't run after him.
Oh.
They just go eat the neighbor's bushes.
They just look like velociraptors.
You sound like it too.
How many of them? I'll miss it. There was one with my fingers.
How many do you have?
7.
Terrifying sound.
Have you had to chase any of them?
No, but I have in the past.
I know.
It's not very fun.
Has any chased you?
Oh, no.
Oh, what a shame.
Double check them all now.
Did you figure out what was up with the neighbors?
Somebody's gonna be there tomorrow, 'cause I don't know how to use a voltage meter to test whether it's the board or the motor. Yeah, I didn't, that did not work.
Okay.
So what does that mean?
It's not a camera set. It's something on the board.
You think it's the board, or should it be the motor?
It could be. Did you try spinning it by hand?
He said, but it does spin by hand, that's not a big
But
deal.
doesn't.
But he said, he goes, you really need to be able to put power to it, then spin it by hand. He goes, they'll almost all free spin until you put power on.
Unless it's a bearing locked up.
Right.
But yeah.
But I do have the new board.
Yeah.
He's gonna be there at 5
That's
today.
where I'm. I mean,
Do you have any
Huh?
space heaters?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it's not very good.
it probably didn't increase. Really, it's 8 kW coil. It probably isn't any more electricity than what she's using. If the heaters have thermostats. Of course, she keeps it like 90. There's no snow on the roof. How much gas are y'all using? I drove by last night, way late in the firehouse. It was smoking, or it was off gassing.
We'll talk about that downstairs. I don't want that recorded. We could decide bar on that one.
We can go to closed session.
Great job. Paid real good. I couldn't do it. That's the same. You got worse ones like down there. far you use ours.
Yeah, it never used to be.
Oh, no, he opened it up.
Look, what's up?
I didn't do it.
Circle where his new house is at.
But we, you know.
Okay.
I think you go down this way.
So you go down 100, right? It's off of W. It's to 100 off W.
Yeah, this is C-22.
That's what I thought.
But, so he wants all this to be ag again, cause they're closing down C-22. But I think that it's, the determining factor is what it was January first, it's not coming to today, so it's gonna be commercial for them. But we'll talk about that later. I mean, I'm not gonna put you over a few days, but I think his new house is right here.
Okay.
And I think it's right there. But,
I'm gonna call him over to today if I can get down
yeah, but,
there. Okay.
look, yeah, he'll let you.
Well,
He just took me.
I know. All right.
But he did bring me a walker one day. He came to talk to me, so-
Okay.
That's what you're saying.
Where we at here?
All right. Thank you.
Good luck.
Not today. I'll get him.
Maybe I can make it the rest of the meeting.
What?
Yeah,
Well, you all are, oh, we ready to start something else?
Go ahead,
35 minutes in.
we got,
Well, I'm trying to make it the rest of the meeting. Might be.
Are we gonna do this every 35 minutes?
Probably, I've got one of those ladders.
You already stood up.
hey,
I'm gonna show you
Pressure
guys how
on
to
now.
make it.
Stage fright.
if you see his hands down,
Did you see me start dancing?
It's a
That's-
4-hour agenda.
You can make this.
you know what, do I need to start putting on your agenda?
Bathroom breaks.
The meeting is now gonna be from 9 to 4.
Yeah.
Schedule bathroom break.
They're 15 minutes, okay. Guess then we're ready for you.
Question for you all, on the inventory. Rick, you might know this answer, this stuff that's been broken for years and years and years, like the projector and stuff.
You have to, if it's on there, you just have to write how you're getting rid of it and get rid of it.
Taking it home is not a good answer.
Dumpster.
Yeah, don't all be hauling out to your house, and then have a big rummage sack.
Yeah.
Alright. That answered that question.
Wait 3 years before that sale. Thank you.
I even made Rick a copy. Actually, Jim made Rick a copy. So that's our year-end review and then future goals for 2025 that we wanna work towards in emergency management. Subby will go over what we accomplished the last half of 2024 since I've been there.
And, since this is my first meeting, Jake and Mark both, we both look forward to working with all of you guys here in the next upcoming year. Congratulations on your new appointment and this covenant role that you guys play down here. Because of that, we wanted to kind of start off with some of the things that we have done the last half of 2024 before you guys came in here. We did update and kind of compacted our county EOP, county mitigation plan, county health, emergency plan, water district maps, road district maps, our Cameo program, which allows any department in the county to be able to have access to all hazardous materials and the locations in map form in the county. We compiled all that onto a thumb drive, and we had several more copies down there, but we did disperse them out to all the departments in the county so that they have all that information in front of them. We established a working relationship with the American Red Cross. We met with them a few times. And we set the ball rolling on a current warming shelter for our county that started with Brad Wright, the former director of emergency management. We were able to use grant funds to give away 275 weather radios so far, for free of charge to people here of the community. most recently performed actually what I labeled a great exercise for the county with the threat of the ice storm last weekend, utilizing the portable generator, mobile EOC trailer, Red Cross trailer to establish an emergency shelter at the Vinton Center, according to our county's emergency operation plan. We were fortunate that we did not have to utilize, but it was great to see the community come together. We had the Clinton Fire Department, we had the Sheriff's Department, we had the Vinton Center, Emergency Management, we all worked together to get all of that, together, and Mark did. He had the bulk of that on his shoulders, due to my part-time status, so, I think everybody did a fantastic job on that. We established a first responders meeting, to talk about communications within all the departments. Our first meeting had over 25 in attendance, including the Highway Patrol, Golden Valley Memorial Hospital, Golden Valley Memorial Hospital Ambulance, six volunteer fire departments, City of Clinton Fire, health officials, and the SEMA coordinator for the state of Missouri. We established utilizing a program called Slack that we've had the same first responders attend our meeting, included into a non-formal communication program where, we can just ask general questions. If they have a question, they can get a hold of me, they get a hold of Mark, they get a hold of anybody. We can hold a video chat, get weather information, and share our stories, and we kind of cut up a little bit in that as well. Mark received the floodplain certification, which was fantastic. The school education programs, I went to, actually a total of 5 county schools throughout the summer, taught weather safety for ages 3rd through 12th grade. And this is just a handful of things that kind of stuck out that we have accomplished in 2024. We're setting our sights on 2025, and Mark's gonna kind of go over some of the things that we have started and some of the things that we hope to get accomplished this year.
So 2025, we applied, last year we applied for the BRIC grant. We were chosen for that, so, they want to schedule a meeting next week to decide what we want to apply for the grant. What, some of the things we talked about are, maybe a new EMA, or, Emergency Operations Center over at the sheriff's office. That'd be a new building, community storm shelters. If we wanna do a covered building for our mobile trailer, since we had to move it out, it's parked outside now. It's $250,000 trailer sitting outside.
Is this a full grant or?
So it depends on what, they have a group, there's 7 people that come in, and they'll meet with us, they'll meet with you all, and we'll decide what we wanna do. Some part of the grant could be 25-75, part of the grant could be 90-10 splits. But that's up to us, it has to be in our, hazard mitigation plan. So we have to have something in our plan that we wanna fix, and we can use the money to do that. If we decide we have something that we wanna add, we can go back and add that to our plan, to our hazard mitigation plan, and then we can make it part of the grant. But they're gonna meet with us, they have engineers, they have whatever project we want, whatever we choose. They'll meet with the commissioners and emergency management, so. That was good news. One of the things we wanna do for 2025 is, develop a junior cert program. I know we've had one in the county before, 20-30 years ago. We wanna bring that back. We are one of the last counties in the state of Missouri that does not have one. We are actually the last county in our region that does not have one. So we wanna bring that back. The VOTEC school, they have an EMT program. She wants to make that part of her program. Also the CERT program. And then talk with Boy Scouts, because if they do a junior cert, they can knock out 5 merit badges. It'll help out with Boy Scouts too. Everbridge, mass communications, we currently don't have mass communications where we can get alerts out to the county in the case of a severe tornado
we can't. Say that one more time.
So, if we had a tornado warning, you're relying on, we cannot send out an alert, we can't.
So then we're basing everything off of whatever somebody listens to on the radio from Pleasant Hill.
From Pleasant Hill.
So the county itself doesn't have.
Right.
Okay.
And it's more than just, you know, granted, it's more than just weather. It could be, say, a traffic accident on 7 and 13. Okay, we can send out a message, say, hey, slow down, you might wanna bypass the 713 junction, there's been a large wreck. And we can put that out for the whole county, one button, and it goes out to everybody's phone automatically.
You don't have to be signed up for it.
Don't have to be signed up for it, this automatically pings to the cell phone, if there's a gas line.
That seems like a no-brainer.
Well, I feel like that it's something that probably, you know, I mean, and we are, I don't mean to take up your time, but, we are one of the last counties to, not have a mass communication, software in the county. You know, they utilize it in so many different ways. What's nice about Everbridge is the fact that you can designate, say if we wanted to share in the cost with, say, Golden Valley Hospital, they can have their own director of Everbridge that falls underneath that umbrella, and they can utilize that to send out, say, conditions like we just had. You know, they don't want their employees getting out in this, so they can sit there and do a message to all of their employees stating, hey, stay home, don't come in. They can utilize it. Schreiber could, I mean, you know, we could expand this out. You can have, you know, I don't know, do they put a certain
There's no
number,
certain number, no.
of administrators?
Flat fee cost?
It's a flat fee cost.
Flat fee cost?
Yep. So, you know, I think, you know, taking a look at what these other counties from, Bates, you know, some larger counties like Pettis and Johnson, Benton County, you know, we were just down in Warsaw yesterday and visited with the emergency management, office down there, great people. And, when we said, well, you know, these are some of the things we wanna work on, and said, you guys don't have like Everbridge, Raid, you guys don't have anything, and we're just like,
We do
no.
have that one that the sheriff sent out,
What's that?
that sheriff sent out. Textcaster.
Well,
Is it
so,
similar to that?
it is similar to that. Now, Textcaster is, you have to sign up.
You have to subscribe to
Oh,
it.
gotcha.
You have to sign up for it.
So this is gonna go out regardless of if you're signed up or not.
Yeah, and Johnson County is kind of, they're feeling growing pains of having, they switch systems over to a different program that people have to sign up for, and they're going through all kinds of pains, and they wish they never would have changed over. At least this here, it goes out to all the phones, whether you're signed up or not. And you know, one thing, going back on the weather side with my weather background, we have so many campgrounds in the area. We got Bucksaw and we've got Sparrowfoot and, you know, RV parks. Most of these people come in from out of town. They're not signed up on a Textcaster. You know, if there should happen to be a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning for our county, you know, we're relying on sheriff's department to send a car down there immediately to let them know. In this case, we can sit there, draw a little circle around Sparrowfoot Campground and send a message to them and tell them where they need to go. So anyway, it is a program that, you know, I think every county needs, just to help protect the citizens.
How far out?
Excuse me, Carl.
I'm sorry.
You guys have already got this included in your budget.
I did add it in our budget this year.
So then the only thing to implement this would be for us to approve it? Am I understanding that right?
That I don't know, if we need your approval, or if it's, since it's already in our budget, if we can just do it.
Well, if there's a contract involved, Commissioner, it would have to be.
Okay.
Yeah, be a contract somewhere on it.
What's the flat fee?
7,000
A
How
year?
much?
a year, 7,000 a year. Brave, the other one is Brave, it's 10,000 a year.
Is it limited to only counties, or can you just be another administrator for some neighboring county that already has it and cost share with them?
It's gonna be per county.
So they won't sell it to a county unless,
I checked into that one, I checked, yeah.
Sure.
He's frugal, it's frugal.
my kind of guy.
But we don't have to, like, if we send a message out, it doesn't have to go to the whole county, we can draw a polygon on a map and it'll just go to.
The phones that are in that
Just
area.
all the phones in that system, no matter what kind of phone they got.
No matter what
it
kind of
goes out.
phone.
So I guess the cell phone towers triangulate.
Yes.
and-
As long as their location is on,
Access to
right?
send.
Right now.
As long as what?
doesn't their location have to be on?
Yeah, their location has to be on, in which if anybody ever used Google Maps
yes.
or anything like that, they're typically always gonna have it on anyway, but, you know, kind of my thinking, I think they talked about having, you know, about 1,500.
Commissioner's office, Jim Stone speaking.
It's coming.
Okay. Commissioner's office, Jim Stone speaking. Park, tell you what, we're in session day, can I put you on speakerphone, okay? Okay. Okay, and who is this?
This is Bonnie Talmite. I have called numerous times and haven't had any response, so I'm hoping I can get an answer today.
Okay. What do you need, Bonnie?
There is a road, it's Northwest 500 Road, and it's on the west side, not the east side, and I'm looking at a county, the map, you know, but then I can give you the PID or something of the area, but this road appears to be open, but it has been abandoned for years, so I don't, and there's a gate across it, a private gate across it.
So north of
So
seven.
I'm trying to find out.
Be Northwest 500.
Is that north of seven
No.
highway?
North of 7 Highway?
Yes, yes. And I've talked to a couple of people, I think I talked to Rick about it, he might have, said that it was open, but again, I think I've been told that it was abandoned and, you know, the people that that road would connect their property to mine could not allow the
Up to the
access.
gate, I think. Is it the
It's
one
up
that
to the
just
gate.
recently got closed?
Excuse us, our road bridge supervisor's here, Dennis, and we'll see what he'll know about it a little bit.
I got it.
Well, there was, I said.
That, if that's.
What part of Northwest 500 are you questioning about?
It's the west part, it's off of, it kind of goes from Northwest 1101 Road to the east. I have a 80-acre piece of property that is landlocked unless that is open. Right off, it's just north of 7 Highway, I mean, I could give you a PID number or, even, an address of the owner that, you know, has the gate across the road.
Can I get your phone number and do some research on this and give you a call back?
Yes, my number is 808-277-0796. I am in Urick. And who is this that's gonna call me back?
It'd be Dennis Byers, and I am the road and bridge
Road
supervisor.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it'll be-
I'll give you a call back here in just a little bit.
Okay, this is very important. All right, thank you very much.
What was your name again? What's your name?
My name is Bonnie. The last name is Taomay, Taomay. I'm actually inheriting the family. Wasn't an issue before, but now hopefully the.
Becomes us all, I'm like, man, that's a whole lot of cops walking here.
All right.
I'm gonna excuse myself now.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're talking about Pepper Bridge. Oh, yeah. Kinda like Ray. I wanna try to.
What's that?
And
I'm trying, man, I'm digging for it.
Can't find it. It's been paid for the last 3 years, but it's never been used.
I didn't get her last name. Or how it's
Don't
spelled.
mind.
Those are T.
TL,
But we wanna
William.
start using it and continue using
the,
it.
It goes, from what I could tell on Jake's map, it goes so far
The
over.
text pastor.
And then 500
But
in.
they charge per text too now.
Yeah, it's
For
crazy.
her piece of
So,
property,
yeah, I'd
is
like to
to
cut that
see
off,
if it's,
just to lose the
because she's
weight.
saying
We don't
it's
use it.
landlocked, so there has to be an easement somewhere.
Should have asked, what was the name on the trust, but deed that we would find.
Oh, between me and Scott, we can figure that out.
Don't be using my name in vain.
Between you, Olivia and Scott.
Here, I'm not sitting.
okay, Mike, where's it?
Bill,
Yes.
he's a little over,
Grab
might
it.
need to say.
We can come back to us later.
Just go ahead.
We got a long ways to go.
Huh?
We got a long ways to go, we can come back to us, but, talking about text caster, they do use text caster at the county, well.
Well, no, they
somewhere.
have it.
We haven't,
They don't use it.
care to use it. Yeah, we'd like to get rid of it.
I got a question about your deal before we move on. Who all have you talked to about it as for it around the county? Have you talked to other like fire departments? Aaron,
We
anybody
have,
else?
oh, that's a hard one, so
You
it's
was trying
not,
to get
it's not
an answer
really,
from us first?
no, it's not really, needing to talk to fire departments because they're not gonna be using it.
I didn't know if they could use it.
You don't want just anybody, or everybody sending messages out. If they wanna send, like, we'll have to write something, an SOP on it. If they wanna send something to communications, and communications can send it over to us,
Okay.
and then we'll send it out. Versus just giving a bunch of people access to it.
Seems like if you guys are basically in charge of it, then if somebody wants to piggyback onto it, they can get a hold of you, whether Aaron did, the hospital, whoever, and then.
Yeah, you don't want 100 different people out there being able to send messages out to everybody.
No, I was actually
You're gonna-
talking
you're
about
gonna have to
having
have
somebody in
somebody
charge
there,
of
you're gonna have
it.
to monitor 24/7. That's gonna be a problem.
Well, I think it's a pretty broad area. I mean, a fire, I don't know who you'd be sending a text out to notifying them of a fire. I mean,
I didn't know if it was something that they could utilize, would be able to utilize.
I guess my thoughts are, first thing is having enough people to be able to manage it 24/7, 7 days a week.
Right,
And that's
right,
what you
and,
have to do.
and you know,
And all that.
we've had 5 or 6 incidences just here over the last 4 or 5 months that could have been utilized, you know, and of course, one was come right here at the courthouse when we had a suspect take off
Yeah.
and run right down through the emergency management, building and off into the houses, and I had somebody come in and stop in at the office while I was there. They said, hey, what's going on? Why are all the cops out there? And I said, what? And I walked out and, you know, I mean, in a case like that, we could zoom out a circle and notify the residents, hey, you might wanna lock your doors. We do have a suspect at large from the courthouse, and, you know, let people know, everybody want to know what's going on. And I think that's our job to kinda let them know to help protect them as well.
I'm not, again, a big thing is how you manage it, where somebody can bank on that when you call, cause you gotta have somebody that's gonna have sitting there receiving call like a 911. Yeah, we're gonna have to.
You don't have to.
It would just come to them and he can do it on his phone.
Yeah, they can send us a message and it's just pushing a button on my phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have to be at the office or anything
No.
like that.
But you have to be somewhere where somebody can get hold of it, no matter what.
Oh, I can get a hold of it.
Okay.
he won't answer.
But we can come back.
Yeah. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
You have a 10 o'clock, we can come
Yes.
back. Yeah, so.
We're in a rush. Usually fire departments, the only time we see them use that is if there's like a big fire and they're like, you know, please stay away from the area.
Stay away from the area or they
You
close
just
the
shoot
road.
them a call.
Well, that's what I was getting at, and you
You
touched
would send a
on.
message out, yeah.
Yeah.
Or this road, this highway being.
Motor vehicle accident.
Yes,
Reroute.
accidents are good
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So we have the same issue, it's, just to go back to that, somebody running from the courthouse, we can't get on there quick enough.
No.
And it's always one of us, after we're done chasing somebody, we stop, get on our phone and do something real quick.
Yeah.
It can't get out fast enough. We have the same issues.
It'd be handy in a case of a missing person or something like that.
Sure.
Like your Amber Alerts, that's what they're for. We'll get back on it. Let's go ahead.
Ready to
We'll
roll?
get the sheriff.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, go right ahead.
We have the, Davis contract, SRO.
Mhm.
So I know this is kinda, we've been doing this for 4 or 5 months, it's been a long process. So I just made a copy, those are just copies for you guys to have, of the contract. So in that packet, there's 3 documents, there one's an actual contract.
Could be 3.
Those are just, you get the original, because you have your signature on it, but, one of them's the actual agreement, it's 13 pages. So for you, Mr. Stone, there's 3 copies, one goes to you, one to us, and then one to the school, so I've already signed the back. And then the very back is just, your signature down here at the bottom, but those are, all 3 of these are the originals. So the first one's the actual agreement, it's very lengthy, but it goes into depth on what the program is, what the SRO, has the authority to do, it's a really good lengthy contract. The second one is an MOU, it kind of spells out a couple of different things along with the cost. So Rob and, the Missouri Association of Schools, is that?
Missouri School Board Association.
School Board Association, they recommend MOUs, so that one is the actual contract. The second one is an MOU, so it's a little bit of a different agreement. It pretty well spells out the same stuff though. So it's kind of like 2 contracts, these 3 are the originals on those 2. I don't think you have to sign that, that's just for you
This
to
is
look
for
at it.
just,
I signed it and then she signed it. And then the third one, this doesn't, it's just, I have to have her sign this because we forgot, but, and then it's just her and I. This just spells out how we came up with the dollar figure, so we'll charge them per month. And this spells out everything, how we came up with the dollar figure and the cost, and then the second page is the cost components. So there's the 3, the salary, benefits, uniform training, and vehicle, that's the total cost. And then we break that up by 10 months, 2 months in the summertime, they don't have summer school or anything. So he's gonna come back and work the road for 2 months, and we'll introduce him in a second, but he'll, so those 2 months, we don't charge the school for the services. So we prorated it for 10 months, and we come up to the $5,710.25 per month that they would, pay us, the county, so. Obviously, that money just goes back into the general revenue.
How much was that again?
I'll give you a copy. It's, monthly, 5,710.25. So, you 2 have anything on the SRO program? They kinda just walked into this blind, so, yeah.
So the contract we have here, normally contracts just deal with money. We found that contract, from another, school that was here in Missouri, and it really did a good job of bringing together what they're wanting in a contract and an MOU, but, the School Boards Association, when Davis talked to them, still requested that there be an MOU in place. I went to a training last year where they talked about MOUs and everything, so normally that's how that's broke out. That's a very in-depth contract, it's a really nice contract, but that's why there's 2 documents.
Just a little back story on this too, so, Davis approached us, several months ago about, a full-time SRO. So we entertained it, we planned on within another year, to have our ducks in a row and approach you guys about a countywide SRO program. They beat us to the punch and said, we need one now, and how can we do it? So, obviously, we'll do anything, we just don't have funding. So they said, well, let's talk about that. So this is the funding we came up with, they're paying for it full. And then we're working with Windsor now, so probably, we have the contract, we're reviewing it now, we'll probably get that up to you guys here soon. But that one's split in thirds, it's budgeted for already, so the city, would pay for a third, the city of Windsor, the school district, and then us. We'll have that up here soon, so, that's our future goal, and then in the future, we'll try to probably plan for one more SRO, and there'll be 3 for the whole county. It'll be a pretty good program, so. Long story short, that's it. Mr. Caldwell went to school at Davis. He just graduated, December.
Yes, sir.
From the police academy. So we had a great fit. He's excited, really excited about it. So he's gonna be our Davis SRO. Anything you'd like to say? Put you on the spot this morning.
Yeah.
I know, I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
Gotta hold it down less than 20 minutes.
Yes. So,
I do have quite a bit of experience in the building of Davis. I know the superintendent actually taught me whenever I was in 6th grade. Her mom lives down the road from me, so there's a good relationship there.
Like it so much. When you got it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
good luck, school.
any questions that you guys have on it?
No, I entertain a motion.
Have we done that?
Make that.
Make a motion, Mark, on contract, Davis School, for SRO. Pretty much been made and said.
Yeah, so, just brief break, that one's an 18-month contract, we don't think Davis will stay full-time, we're gonna see, but they would probably go part-time, and they'll pay for part-time in 2027, 6, 7. So our goal would be to have that one, and then the third one just Rome, because we have a lot of the smaller schools, so, we'd break up the county. Windsor is full-time over there, because they're paying for it, and it's a bigger school district too. So we would have Shawnee Mound, Montrose, Leesville, probably CCA, and then Calhoun, and those 2 would run around. So one of them would stay over at Davis part-time. And since it's on the western side, we'd probably go down to Montrose, and kind of hit those 2. And then we'd have a central car that would go to Davis and CCA and Leesville and Calhoun. That's kind of the goal. We think 3 can probably handle all schools in the part-time basis for each one.
At the start of the
What's your call, Mark?
It does, yeah.
Throughout the entire year.
Yes.
Yes. So on the actual contract.
Yes, yes, yes.
I don't have a copy of it, but
Yes,
it has a clause where the dates in there are from the 2nd of January to May of 2026. So the end of the school year of 2026. Cool. We know this is kind of the first time, we'll make it quick, but we kind of brought everybody to kind of go through a little bit of what's going on, if you guys have time for that. We'll make it real sweet, but Captain Dilbert.
I just, excited, we just got 3 new, people out on the road, they're in field training now, so we're staff, which is really exciting. It's good for morale, good for everybody, and it's good for coverage throughout the county, so we're getting them field trained, bringing them over to the courthouse, make sure they understand court security here, and getting them throughout the program, and then get the uniforms coming in and the equipment, so I'm just excited with all the new changes that are coming through. Vehicles looking different, Tahoe's almost out on the road, our numbers are looking good, morale's good, and the guys are out, and people are talking a lot, we're being seen a lot, traffic stops are up, started showing the arrest and kind of showing what we're doing, so people are excited to see and know what we're doing there with the transparency of everything that's going on, and no question, so a lot of excitement and a lot of good things moving forward on that end.
You guys are doing a good job. As far, well, not only just what you're doing, but I've noticed even on Facebook, the stuff that you guys are putting out. That's a really good thing because it lets people see what's going on, so I commend all of you.
Appreciate it. Awesome.
You got it.
I see you're now on the list.
On which one?
Sam,
Oh, yes, yes, absolutely.
I got an email.
Good, yeah, thank goodness. Yeah, that's a different topic, but,
Yep.
we're struggling on this, this was the last database, and, so Friday or Monday, we'll be on the system to be able to look at the SAMs and the vests. I can't hit on the vests, so.
Soon as you
I
know
believe-
those numbers, let me know.
I have a hard copy though, I'll give it to you.
Okay. Perfect.
Guys, anything else for, Captain? We're actually, we're full staff, which is amazing. As soon as, everything comes with a caveat, so we're full staff, as soon as he leaves the road patrol to go to the SRO, well, it'll take one off the road. As soon as Windsor, we get somebody to go over there, we already have somebody in-house, Mr. Evans. That'll take one from the road too, so, we already have more apps, in the hopper. So as soon as they come out, we're ready to hire 2 more and we'll be full staffed again, so.
Will they, have to go through the academy first, or do they already?
Already post-certified.
Yeah.
So that's a good topic too. We're working on 3, well, they just canceled, so. We had 3 people in the jail that were near the part-time academy, and then the academy didn't have enough numbers in Warrensburg, so they canceled the part-time. So we're still working on that. It's a great incentive for our jail staff to go to it. And the benefit for us is they can still work full-time and then go part-time academy, so it works great. We tried to send 5, well, we didn't try, we did, sent 5 to
We sent
full-time.
6.
6 for the full-time
Last year.
academy, and it hurts, because they're going the full-time, so, it's 3 slots in the jail that really aren't, they're there, but they're not.
I have imaginary ghost feet that aren't doing anything, they're off someplace else and it hurts.
Yeah.
So we're not doing it that way again.
How long does it take them on part-time versus full-time?
It's a year, just shy of a year, it's a long process.
Full-time is
Full-time's about 3-4 months?
No, it's 5.5 to 6.
5.5 months.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot faster, but, it's, like Jackie always says, drinking from a fire hose.
That's right.
Yeah,
The
part-time
full-time
benefits
academy is
everybody.
very overwhelming. The guys that went through that assured me, oh my stars, Miss Jack, this is trying to get a drink of water out of a fire hose. Yep, I get it.
Yeah.
The part-time academies are a little easier pace, and you can digest the information they're giving you over the course of 11 months instead of 5.5. You don't miss as much work, you stay connected with the jail. We're pretty devastated that they canceled that academy. I had
Yeah.
3 people signed up and ready to go. They had a start date, 2 weeks from now? They got an email on Friday, or Monday, something like that. Yep, denied. So,
What does she have, Jackie?
I'm Jackie Watson, I'm your friendly neighborhood jail administrator. We still have 1 opening, we just hired somebody who's gonna start on Monday, looking forward to that. We have 1 opening on the jail, we've got, 1 or 2 applicants we're gonna interview, if it would ever stop snowing. Bless one of them's heart, the front 4-wheel drive shaft flew out of his Jeep on his way to his interview. Like, it's okay, just be safe, go home, try again next week. Things roll pretty well over there. I want to thank Mr. Hills. Captain Hills has been working on coordinating training agency-wise, so we're very excited. We've got some hand-to-hand training that's gonna get set up, taser training, OC training. It is really nice to have him working on that, and he does it agency-wide, so our jail staff can also train with our road staff, and that develops a lot of good camaraderie and understanding between the two. We are where we like to grow future officers. We're the garden where you grow those. So the idea that you can come work in the jail for a little while, we'll sponsor you through academy, and you make it to your career goal. So,
Captain Hills. Yes.
I think everybody covered everything, just exciting for the growth, the new areas that we're going to be experiencing, for our staff, growing our staff. I know the staff have been hungry for a long time for more knowledge, more trainings, with the changes that have gone on here and even just the last part of the, last year, to now. It's been great because we're set up to start doing that now full time and, to grow our own people, and that definitely pays benefits to our community and pays benefits to our citizens. So, thanks for, everything that has been granted to us, and we appreciate those opportunities, and, just appreciate that, so.
He's a good example of the community investment. He started here, he went to school here, then he got a job here, then he grew, then he got a career here, and now he's gonna stay. That's what you want. You don't.
One of our SRO, Mr. Evans, he's, grew up in Windsor, and he wanted the SRO there. They're really excited to have him back in the school. He's excited to be back over in school. He's a defensive tactics trainer. He loves working with the kids and stuff, so I mean, it's coming around really well. Also, one thing we'll talk about in the future, y'all probably already seen through Facebook, we've had our first search warrant at the end of last year, so moving forward in the future, we're excited about that. Trying to be able to come out and combat some of the narcotics and stuff like that once we get up and rolling, everybody's staff and going. Excited to get that going. That's one of my passions. That was one of the sheriff's passions on things that we've done in our career, so excited for y'all to be able to see what that's gonna turn into over time.
Being vocal on social media, that's huge, just from my standpoint, because I hear a lot of people talking out there. You know, you putting, of course, the arrest notifications online and just your basic update that you guys put on social media, whether or not it's funny or serious or whatever the case may be, you get the whole community involved. So you guys been kicking some butt in that regard too, so I've heard that just from people in the community.
Thank you. Perfect. So yeah, we have our uniforms ordered. We started that as soon as we came on board. The vests were ordered prior to, and they look great. So they're in. The outer carriers are then the inner carriers. So our new uniforms, they're green. They're like an off green pants. It's a silver tan top, and it's just a little bit different silver or tan than those. It's like a silver tan top, and then the outer vest is silver tan as well. And then we ordered our Molly. It attaches. It's the same Molly as that, but it's like an earth tone. Yes. Yeah. So it's the attachments.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a whole lot on there, but kind of like the mace and these things. These are all Mollies. So I think we bought like 5 or 6 attachments, which is just like the radio attachment. As you can see now, they just there's a clip on the back so they break. Our cameras are a clip too, so they break. You get in a fight, they fall off. So you'll watch a fight like that. Christian loves it. We'll have a Molly for that, the radio, flashlights. We're working on, Captain Phils is gonna try to work with some other area agencies for tourniquets. So we'd like to have a tourniquet on every deputy, some Narcan, things like that. But so we're ordering those. Those will be in soon. As soon as the Molly comes in, then we'll be able to issue out the new vests. The uniforms are ordered months ago. It takes a long time to get them all in. Everything's sewn on, but we're gonna look very nice and professional and new, and it's all form fitting too, so. Yeah.
Striping on the vehicles, changing the
Yes.
graphics. Wanna talk about that?
Yeah, we had 2 vehicles that we have new striping on at Gator Graphics in Warrensburg. It's a new look and a new color. You'll always see the 2 cars down here are bailiffs, and the stripes are falling off, and the badge, the inner of the badge, the state of Missouri comes off. We actually just peeled it off, it looks bad, so we're looking forward to doing that. We tried it with 2 to make sure we liked the color combo, and then we're gonna start getting the rest of the fleet over there and getting them upfitted. So I say that because you'll start seeing some bills and some things come through with all these things on there, but it's just updating our stuff. We have a new K9 Tahoe. It's really good.
Oh, I forgot, sorry. We're gonna have a bathroom break.
Seen you up there dancing, did you?
Happens to the best of us.
It does.
Mandatory break.
Yeah, we're gonna have to rearrange this.
You good with those? Awesome. I think,
Our Tahoe looks, it's really nice. Yeah, it's really good. It's good for the K9, I think it's a really good vehicle.
I think we're gonna go through our vehicles to
They
see.
got,
Find
another.
I don't think
They
this
wouldn't
one.
have been there.
Guys out there.
Yeah, no,
We're
this
blessed with
one's
having
good.
2
So
dogs.
this
A lot of
is-
people
I'll
don't
just
have
leave it
that,
to you.
so
This
we
is
have,
original.
we have coverage when it comes to K9 24/7. they're both on, opposite rotations, so we got a dog with both rotations of 12s, and then, you know, they can be
I got
called
out
out,
of
and
those
they're on the
three.
street, so it's really a blessing to have that. Looking forward to
Double check.
utilizing that a lot in the future.
Oh, yep, you're good. So here's this one, this is original. So now I just don't have one of the financial figures on it. Thank you. Yep. Okay, I think we're good, yeah. Just gonna wait for him to get back in here in case he has a question. That was fast.
One thing we may talk about, we're talking about updating equipment, the PDTs. They came from, MoDOT. So since, 2005, we've had, grant contracts with MoDOT, that pays us overtime for, additional traffic enforcement. When we wrote the, last grant, we were talking about wanting to increase our DWI numbers and arrests. So, we contacted our, MoDOT, representative who handles our area, our zone, and asked them, what they could do to help us out. They sent us 12 brand new PDTs, which are portable breath testers that we can use. They're out in the cars, and they're able to, the guys, whenever they have suspicion that somebody is intoxicated, they're able to give them a free breath test right there. No cost to us, they just donated them to us basically, which is several $1,000s worth of equipment that's gonna come in. Nice, not only for DWIs, but other crimes that are committed that have a stipulation on there. If somebody's intoxicated, it may push the charge higher, or may actually allow for a charge to be made based upon that. So it was just nice to know that they reached out to us. They, liked the job that we've done for a number of years. So it's like now they're helping us out. So it's just free money we didn't have to spend out of the budget. So.
And the jail thanks Rod for that too, because we got one of those in the jail. And we don't make charges, we don't arrest people, but those little machines are very handy if someone comes in under the influence. You can take a quick test on that without having to use bigger machines. It's very easy. And then you come back and test them again in a half an hour, and you can watch their blood alcohol climb. That means they're seriously drunk. And so medically, to be able to take care of our prisoners, that kind of equipment is just priceless. So.
Perfect. We have, we talked earlier.
I didn't notice you ran away.
Probably coming up here about monthly.
No
Just
problem.
a monthly update. We have a lot going on at any given time. But we like to do that, probably get you guys like a report, just to keep everybody, we like transparency anyway, so just to kind of see where all the money's going and where we're spending it, how we're coming along. I tell you, it's a testament to them, it's not me, but, we're full staffed, and that's crazy to say, even in a jail setting. Our pay is a little lower, we have other agencies that love to take it from us, so, we have staff that are dedicated and they're staying and they love it. So
They're not cool like us.
they're not, that's the difference. Yeah, we'll have to put that on our building.
I have to tell them, other places will pay you better, but we treat you better.
We do though. Yeah,
And it
we
matters.
take pride in that. We care. We got some creative, like Rob was talking about, we're getting creative on getting equipment. Our new motto is just starting from the ground up. Our goal is for our deputies and staff to not pay for anything. So an example is handcuffs. A bulk of our staff pay for their own handcuffs to do the better good of arresting people. So we were able to get that on a grant just now for a 50-50 match. So at least we can pay for half, and the other half is some funds. So we're excited about that.
Same with flashlights.
Yes.
They got night crew, they pretty much will buying their own flashlights.
Yeah, flashlights, rain jackets. Went to our first burglary, and I happened to be the first there, and it was raining, so of course I get out, I don't have a jacket, and 2 other deputies show up, and we're all standing out there in the pouring rain, and none of us have jackets, so that was the first on the list when I first started. We're gonna get rain jackets. That's crazy, so.
That's a testament to them too, that
It is.
they're dedicated to the sheriff's office, and we're excited to be able to start getting some of these things for them and to show how much they are appreciated. So.
stuff's expensive. Molly, we talked about that, that's on a grant, thank goodness we got that on there too. Per deputy, it's about $250 to $300 per deputy for Molly alone, and that, they were paying for that, they were putting that on their vests, so. You know, as we stand today, everything they're getting is, we're providing it, hopefully it's on grant, so, very fortunate. Awesome, yeah, we have Taser 10, it's a new taser, it's really good. We'll bring that up here sometime, or you guys can come over and, volunteer to be a participant. Oh, Jake, okay.
Jake,
I'm afraid I wet my pants. No, I didn't, I made it in time.
They use that
Always
taser,
go
you
to
do
the
it
bathroom.
anyway. That's no lie. You won't have to go again. You're done once you gotta get around.
I promise you, I've been tased twice, and it's nothing that you wanna try out.
Well, I'd gladly volunteer, but, you know, with my bone conduction, hearing aid and stuff, it'll make me lose my bowels.
No, it's
Yeah,
it's a regular size.
I don't have that, but I'll lose my bowels.
I've been pepper sprayed and tased twice, and I'd say pepper spray lasts longer, but that 5 seconds you can't tased is
Yeah.
about 3 seconds in, you don't think you're gonna make it.
So we'll bring that up our next meeting, or you guys can come over. All right.
And I'm not doing that again.
All right.
No demonstration. I already let them shoot me with the deal, like the fake ones during the training, and I've already taken the dog bite, I'm not doing the taser.
Took the dog bite last week, or this week. Any questions for us in general?
They got the sleeves, so the canines were training. Yeah, I'm not getting bit by dogs. We were up at, last year, I think it was last year, or the year before, I was at Camp Dodge for SWAT training with, trying to real, it was like a narcotic unit. The dog had a muzzle and I was a suspect, so I'm running, I get to the stairs, I get to the top of the stairs and I'm trapped in the corner, and I'm like, yeah, dog's muzzle, no big deal. And the dog started to try to rip the muzzle off, and you wanna talk about fear going through your body. You're telling the canine officer, get the dog now. Unfortunately, the SWAT team leaders that was up there, had the same experience the next day, and the dog was able to get the muzzle off, so, he took a bite.
Yeah. It's all fun and games till the muzzle comes off.
It is, I'll tell you, when this is going on, you are scared.
Should be.
Cool, well, we'll be back
Well-
next month for a full thing, but we greatly appreciate you guys.
Yes.
Rick, for all your
Thank you
work.
for coming in.
It does not go unnoticed by our staff,
Yes.
it takes everybody, so, thank you guys. Yes.
Thank you all.
Thank you, guys.
Cool.
All of
Sounds good.
you. Jake. Very good.
It's never a dull moment in office with Jackie.
Not with
She's the one that keeps saying the ramrod it up.
She gets us on her toes.
You definitely set the bar high for me.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank
you all.
you.
Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Apologies for that.
Thank you.
Oh, you're good, you stand right in front of it.
You got about 20 minutes of my butt,
Blair
so.
was about to-
I didn't even know it was there.
Okay. Back to where we was.
Are you here to talk, or are you just watching?
You're recording.
Oh, you're the reporter.
Oh.
Heck, I didn't.
You know, we're talking about tasers, and I got scared.
Someone's gonna pull it out, testing it on someone.
Oh, you don't even have to just say taser, I'm done. Back to 2025 goals, the state offers ample training opportunities for emergency management. Definitely, I wanna get back into getting sub-unit into some of those classes, they're free. Anything that the state offers is free. If it's more than 75 miles from our office, they cover fuel and hotels. So the farther away it is, the cheaper it is.
We're going to Juneau, Alaska, first.
Mileage, you get mileage on it too?
Um,
Yeah, go the other way.
Yeah, there's lots of training out there that Subby and I both wanna do, that the state offers, and we wanna get back into. Having that new position, having the third person in our office to be able to answer the phones and whatever, that's gonna help out greatly.
Good.
County-wide exercises, we're planning on doing 4 a year, every quarter. That's like our We have one that we're gonna do in February, that's our pipeline. We're gonna simulate a pipeline rupture. All the first responder agencies are in agreement, we're gonna work our way through it from start to finish and where we can all train together. We plan on doing 4 of those a year, first one being in February, and then March or before storm season, we'll do one with a tornado before storm season. Reaching out to community via social media, we wanna be more like the sheriff's office. We wanna be more like the sheriff's office. Some of the things that we do, we wanna put on social media, like the warming center and the weather radios and the good stuff that's going on. We wanna start reaching out more on all the social media aspects. Providing the county with a list of storm and warming shelters. We don't currently do that right now. We wanna be able to, hopefully in 2025, we have a list, we wanna be able to publish that, warming shelters and the storm shelters. They're not FEMA approved storm shelters, but they're shelters where people can go.
And we're just relaying the information, we're not sponsoring any of the storm shelters, so to speak, you know, we just wanna be able
Let people know.
to get the word out to the public, hey, here are some storm shelters available for you to use. Just be able to do that.
Over social media.
Right. So you can talk on the IT, but.
Well, just the fact that I had mentioned to Chuck in the past, and you know, kind of going forward into 2025, this might be maybe late in the year, maybe when we start kind of slowing down a little bit, but there are several counties around us that utilize, they have their own county emergency management webpage. I do web hosting myself, build web pages. I think it would be kind of neat to sit there and have our own emergency management page, website that Chuck can kind of maybe help us, guide us in the right direction for security purposes and that sort of thing. But I think it would be useful with some of the projects, some of the things that we have on our list for 2025 and ideas. You know, I still get asked, what do you guys do down there in emergency management anyway? You know, I mean, I still get asked that from people, you know, and I think it'd be a great way for us to be able to showcase what other counties have been enjoying for quite some time. And you know, my overall thinking is, you know, you got a couple guys in 2024 who's willing to put into work to do some stuff for the county to help better the community. You know, we're ready, willing, and able, if you guys will allow us to be able to get, you know, some of these things. We're not asking for the moon, all we're doing is just asking because we've been to so many trainings and summits for emergency management, and they ask where we're from, and we say, well, we're from Henry County, and they're just like, you guys don't have a CERT team or anything down there, do you? No, we don't. You know, I mean, I don't wanna call it embarrassing, but we know we can do better. And that's what we hope to do in 2025, and I think a website would be a great step into doing so.
You know, you have a link on our county website.
Yep, we get on the county website, and that's what Chuck had mentioned also, that maybe there is a way that he could get where instead of clicking on Henry County Emergency Management and showing who the director is and address and phone number, maybe it can open up to another page where, you know, we can do our own thing on it or something like that.
To whatever you wanna create.
Exactly. You know, just to be able to maybe get, you know, we could share it on social media. If people don't know what emergency management is, they can click that and they can go right in, oh wow, you know, they have weather radios available, they've got, you know, so on and so forth, just to get word out on what we do here for the county and what their tax money's going for.
We don't have a director on our county website.
We don't? Oh. Well, that might be something you get Chuck on there.
Talk to Kelly.
Franklin Lake Foundation, they're the ones that grant the grants for the weather radios. We applied for it, got it last year, they do it 2 rounds, they asked us to apply again this year for both rounds. So, we're gonna continue doing that with them, working with Gary French in the health department, keep current on, trying to get information out on the H5N1. Bird flu's big in Henry County now. Yes, it's here. And it's going over to people, it is transferring over to people now. They had a big Highway K, off of Highway K.
Yeah, and that was about, that was like a month and a half ago. Right now, once they got word out that there was possible sick waterfowl, the conservation kind of stepped in, and now they have several thousand that are suspected H5N1 cases in waterfowl, ducks, geese, the whole 9 yards. So they just came out with their recommendations on how duck hunters, waterfowl hunters should be able to handle it. And the scary part, I went to the Health Coalition meeting up at Warrensburg at Western Missouri Medical about 2 weeks ago, and they called all the emergency managers, everybody together, and we talked about H5N1. The scariest part about it is the fact that it's one stage away in the mutation phase to be a person-on-person spread. Their first human severe case was in Louisiana, and he's still in ICU. And once they tested him and they explored that virus, it had mutated several times since the original H5N1 in waterfowl. And now it's one step away from being a person-on-person contact. So they're really concerned about that. And so we all know how COVID was. So we want to make sure we stay ahead of the curve. Stay with Gary French, who is a fantastic asset to the county for the health department, and we're keeping in contact with him. That was one of the big reasons why we wanted to make sure we updated the health emergency plan as well as the emergency operation plan for the county. It hadn't been, there was still data in there and phone numbers from people that were in office in 2017. So it had to be done, and so that's one of the reasons why, so that we can keep up with Gary and we'll be able to kind of stay ahead of the curve if something should be coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, they had one field off of K that had 2,500 hit.
Yeah.
Wow.
In Henry County. So.
Without having a website, how do you plan on getting the information out there? Sorry, Sylvie. Without having the website up and going, or what you're wanting, how are you gonna get the information out?
Well, that's exactly the question I brought up during our first responders meeting, and we had the SEMA coordinator there, Gloria Brandenburg. She is just a wonderful woman, and she knows our situation. She knows what our struggles are. And SEMA was not, I guess, confident to know exactly how to get this word out to people. So they contacted some of their people, and their people contacted some of their people. And she sent us a email here last week, that specified that, for anything to deal with the waterfowl, needs to be sent over to the conservation department. So I contacted the conservation department. They gave me a step-by-step procedure on how we should handle this. So I sent it over to Gloria Friday for approval. As soon as I get her approval, then we'll likely go out on social media and I will post that. Actually, KY3 down in Springfield just posted it yesterday. I think, you know, utilizing social media to get this, you know, just to let people know. I seen one report, I think, on social media for our area, nothing, there was a small excerpt, I think, in the Daily Democrat about it, but then that's it. So, I mean, we've got to get that going, with my connection through Katie also. I did run a couple stories that didn't need to be approved, that came from the Conservation Department. I put that on their site as well. We need to get word out there to the public right now, because, you know, with the way this is going with H5N1 and all those, all the new viruses that's going on over in China right now, they've got schools closed, they've got, the World Health Organization breathing down their neck, they've got, you know, they've got big problems over there, and it's likely, just like COVID did, spread over here. So on any in that realm, I encouraged Gary French also to get very vocal on social media through the health center. You know, I mean, we're not responsible in emergency management to be able to sit there and tell people come over here and get their shot or vaccinated, whatever, you know, but we try to set the motions and set the department, say, hey, this is probably maybe what you need to do. That's our job, is to manage that, not to actually do it. So we're kind of encouraging Gary French to try to be as vocal as he can out there on social media, because I think the public needs to know about it.
So were those birds tested, the 2,500 birds that died?
They are testing some of them. It's not a take blood and your test is done. It's about a 6-week process.
Yep, and then what they got going on after that, once they confirm, now they've already got confirmation, it was H5N1 on 18 highway with dead snows and blues. They've already confirmed that. Now what they have to do is send it back to determine what strain of H5N1 it is, and that can take over 30 days to get a response back. It is not quick. That was almost a month ago, and now they have all of these other cases throughout Missouri. And now the Conservation Department is pretty overwhelmed with people calling in and then going out and testing, but, you know, there's a lot yet to be known about it, but, I think the public needs to be aware that, hey, if you see any, you know, if they're chicken, even in your chicken populations, you know, cause this is spread through fecal matter, and, you know, you guys seen what 100,000 snows and blues over fields and farms can do. You know, they're dropping poop all over the place, you know, and if it gets into your chicken coop, you know, it can spread there too. So, I mean, they just need to keep pushing this out to the public, so that if they say, well, you know, for some reason I woke up this morning, I got 7 chickens dead in my coop, you know, well, maybe you need to contact Gary or Conservation Department, you need to do something with this information, but. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna continue our floodplain enforcement, establish more of a solid program. That goes back to putting more information out, because how many people in this county know that they live in a floodplain and that they have to have permits and so on and so forth. Getting that information out there to be able to keep our NFIP insurance for the county. This is a matter of getting information out to the public. People move here and the realtors are supposed to tell them that they're in a floodplain, but they don't. And then we're gonna continue our school education programs with the weather safety, gas fires and things like that. So that's our goal to 2025.
Whew, it's a lengthy one.
Now, one question. On all the meetings that you're going to, what's gonna happen? Is somebody still gonna be around, or how's that all gonna work?
So
I mean, meetings, I know what can happen, and, cause you can be gone every day.
Yeah,
I mean,
our
then,
quarterly meetings with the first responders and stuff, we're doing in the evenings.
yeah, but I mean, there are just a lot of hours involved, or what you're doing, and where you're going. And my big thing is anybody gonna be around? Cause you're at a meeting, you're doing things, I mean, I agree, you can get a hold of you through a text message or something like handle it, but then there's cases where the people wanna talk to somebody.
We'll have the number.
We'll have somebody in the office now.
Okay.
But,
So
I mean,
both
as
of
far
y'all
as
then will be out and about, is that what you're saying, or what?
out and about doing what, Jim?
Well, I don't know, that's part, because you got a lot of projects that you're working on right now.
Mhm.
And just like here, I think all that is, just like this bird deal, I think it's important. We need to get it out, and I'm all in for all that. But what I wanna know is, we also you gotta take care of your office too.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And-
Yes, if you got another guy, now we're gonna have three. We're gonna have three down there now. Is that what your plan is?
Are you down there
I
yet?
mean,
We're not down there yet, but yeah, all three
but
will
there'll be
down
three
there.
people down there, full time. Is that what you're gonna do? That's gonna change.
Well, that third one is just basically to
Uh,
answer the phone for you guys and then do
Do the
the
big
mapping
mapping.
job.
Right.
And, you know, we know the importance, I mean, you know, me and you have talked, I know you have talked with him,
Yeah,
and I know that, you know, and me and Mark have talked about it, we know that's up there on your priority to make sure somebody is down there. If you take a look, we talked a lot here, we got a lot of goals, okay, but, you know, we're trying to utilize where, you know, if Mark's gone for the afternoon, you know, I'm in the office, vice versa. And of course, we'll have that third person. If you take a look as far as trying to, you know, get CERT members, to try to develop a CERT team, doing a website, working on a list of storm shelters. A lot of these things on here, we do in the office.
okay.
As far as being out, we just want to be able to have the opportunity to go to classes, to kind of expand our knowledge. You know, doesn't mean, and I mean, he's been to several classes without me and vice versa. You know, when I was at the health coalition meeting, he was at the office, you know, so we try to work that together because we know that, you know, if anybody has an issue, somebody has a floodplain project that they wanna do, you know, I mean, with being a county office, there should be somebody down there to be able to answer a question or take a message of some sort, you know, I think we're familiar with your goals, but, at the same time, I mean, I think there's more to emergency management than just sitting down there waiting for a phone call, you know?
I'm not arguing a point, just like her, and I think the training is good, but I know about emergency management. And I tell you what, you get into those, you go all every day. I mean, that's it, and I like all of them, and a lot of it, dang good information. But then, how to get it, and then be able to use it, that's the big thing. Cause you gotta figure out then how you're gonna make the program work, and that usually takes people. That's the problem. So
Well, if we only get through half of our goals, I think in 2025, we're gonna be pretty happy.
I was just thinking that's what's going through my head. Let me tell you, you're gonna have to have a lot more people just to get through your goals.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem. Anyway, but I think that's.
We have lots of people that wanna volunteer for us too. There's a guy that knows more than Sebby and I put together that.
Yeah, we did, and I think he lives here in Clinton, and I think we had somebody else from, that served on National Weather Service, up at the Storm Prediction Center come in and looking for just to volunteer some hours too. You know, I don't know if those can ever be incorporated into a program, on a volunteer basis, I don't know.
Okay. Anyway. Sounds good.
Questions? Answers?
That's about all we got.
The only thing I'm thinking is this, I'm still back with this Everbridge deal. I mean, I think that literally needs to be done. I mean, if you're either an emergency management company or whatever form of government, or you're not. And for me, this is kind of one of those, if we're gonna have an emergency management, then instead of following the way every other county does it, how about if we get out in front and we set the standard? And I mean, honestly, I think that with, it doesn't matter what department, whether it's Scott's, whether it's Dennis, any of them. I mean, I gotta tell you, just, and like I said, I haven't been here very long. But before I got here, everybody that I talked to about the way stuff and some things were being done in this county, we were behind the 8 ball. And I get, a lot of it's just change. I mean, that's basically all it is stepping out there. If you hire the right people, I mean, Jim, you and I both own a business, we know, I mean, we both know that there's people out there that can't do anything, no matter, they can tell you everything they want, and they can't do it.
They know it all until you get them to work.
Exactly, exactly. My thought process, and I've told both of you this personally, I think I told you guys know what you're doing. You know more about emergency management than all 3 of us, or all 4 of us up here put together. The only way you can own a successful business, run a successful business or anything is you hire and you surround yourself with people that know more than you do. You put constraints on them, but you turn them loose. My thought, you guys need as much training as you can get. Does somebody need to stay in that office? Yes, most definitely. Somebody needs to be able, if somebody walks in, they see a face. I get that. But I also know I can't get away from this. So I'm pretty sure I can get hold of either one of you two whenever I want.
I say it kind of comes to the same thing with us. They can call, leave a message.
Yeah.
Somebody around here can take a message.
Yeah.
If you're not in the office.
I have it set up now where if you call the office, it comes to myself.
That's the way I had it with ours. But, I mean, I honestly, my thought, and I've said this quite a few times, personally, I think you guys are tied to the hip with the sheriff's department, because you are just as important. The first time something happens in this county, and it's something that could have been headed off, people are gonna look at all of us sitting up here and go, hey, why didn't we? Why didn't we do what we needed to do? To give you guys the tools that you need to do. It's no different than Dennis. I mean, if we don't give the people that we have, that we're in charge of, if we don't give them the tools to do what they need to do, we don't need to be sitting up there, any of us. So, I mean, I personally, I honestly don't know how many of you guys get done either. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. But I think every one of them is a very good idea. And like I told you, I told both of you, you guys have done a very, very good job at what you're doing. I mean, from what I'm seeing, I mean, everybody that I've come in here and has come in and spoke seems to be doing their job the way that it needs to be done. It's more of a question of maybe us stepping back a little bit and letting you do your job.
Henry County Road
And
and Bridge just
I firmly believe, you know, I don't wanna turn it, cause trust me, I've been on the other side where I turn everybody loose, and I know what that looks like. So you can't do that, but you do need to allow people whatever the tools they need to do their job and get behind it. Now, if you guys come to us with a crazy idea, I mean, I'm pretty sure, I know I'm gonna shut it down. But if it's legit and it's something that needs to be done, it's gonna better the county and better your department, I'm all for it. So.
Yeah, we wanted to bring before y'all some of our things we did last year and what we wanna work for this year.
Okay. All right.
I'll stop in and visit with you
Thank you.
sometime. I can go over this.
Okay.
I got some ideas for you too, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, good.
Thank you.
That's
very
good.
much.
Thank you. Okay. Find out.
Like the sheriff was giving, his talk to you guys a while ago, I went and,
Yep, straight up, and then on either side of the stairs.
A while ago, when you guys were getting sheriff's report and stuff, I went down and visited with Scott and talked to the lady again and found this piece of property that she's talking about. And what it is 500 comes off the 7 highway here on 1101, and then it turns back and goes this way. These people in this house put up a gate across the road right here. And that road is supposed to go all the way back to her piece of property. And this road has never been abandoned or anything because we still have the easement right of way.
So she needs to move the gate.
No, you'll need to contact, Bogard Township and have them instruct this lady to move the gate. And that they're gonna have to maintain this road all the way back to the end.
Is that gravel or?
It's gravel all the way back to here.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, Jake, part of that's gravel and part of it's paved.
See, I thought some of it was paved, I just couldn't remember whereabouts it stopped at.
But there's a gate across the road here, and, these people here, evidently didn't want people coming down here and then have to turn around, so they put a gate up here somewhere.
Landlocked her.
But she's not actually landlocked because she can access her property, and she said it's never been that way before, but she can access her property off of 1021. But her natural access way is off of 500, according to the first map. But that's something that, it's in the northwest part up here, Mark, so that'd be something that you guys would have to decide if you want to have Bogard to have the gate taken down and the road opened back up all the way to her property line, which is what it's supposed to be because we still have the easement. Did you find it yet, Jim?
No, I want you to bring up, this thing's supposed to have.
Yeah. So, is she not getting along with the owner of the house that has the fence up? Or she just don't want it up regardless?
She don't want it up regardless.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe Rick did. Rick sent us an email with, yeah.
That's right. I got things need to change. See, it's not one big one.
But
The
you got
countywide list?
I think so.
Okay.
You got that map.
That countywide list is now inaccurate.
That's
I'll share with you why.
See, as you come off 7 highway, it comes up and comes this way, and the road ends right here where the gate is, at this house. But our easement goes all the way back here to her property.
And that's hers, Grazer.
Yeah, it's her.
I know where she is.
And anyway, this is her natural access into that property.
Which one she usually does.
But Bogard, once the gate went up, Bogard quit maintaining that.
He below.
So,
That's who's gonna have to talk to him.
so the Bogard Township needs to get a hold of that Logan family and talk to them about taking their fence down. And then, you can have both of them. And then, once they get the fence taken down, they're gonna have to go back in there and blade it and get it brought back into shape. Because the lady is wanting access to her property the natural way that she's always had it. Well, come to find out, her dad owned this property. And he's passed away, and there's three sisters trying to decide what land they want of 3,000 acres or whatever. And I guess this lady's trying to figure out how she's gonna get into her property since this gate's been put up.
Cause they're liable to split that up or change it.
Exactly.
There's where you get into it. That happens, especially when you got, and I don't, that road, I don't think's ever been closed past that.
It is, according to Scott in the map there, we have easement all the way down to the Grazier property.
Yep.
So therefore, even though the township's abandoned it or whatever, they need to go back in there and take the fence down and bring the road back up to shape.
And they've only owned the property since 22,
I don't know.
is what it said there, so I mean, they've only had it up for a couple of
Grazers?
years. No, this, Heber.
So, that's the issue that you're gonna have to deal with, Mark, and, otherwise, I really don't have anything except, I got enough C-channel to build one more bridge, and I got enough piling to build 2 more bridges, so, depends what's on your guys' agenda. Like I told you, I'd like to build 5 to 6 bridges again this year. And if that's the case, I'm gonna need to put out for bid before long, truckload of C-channel and a truckload or 2 of pipe. And that was figured in my budget. It is in my budget, but you guys, I have to approve it and stuff when I bring it to you, but I just want you guys to be aware that it's gonna be coming up before long.
By the way, yesterday, we got one.
700.
One. Yeah. The one wanted.
One's better than none.
Well, some of them didn't give everything. They only give out of 40, what was there? I think, how many was it? 10 or 11, or I had one. We're the last one, 11 bridges.
What road bridge is it on
Northwest 700, there it is. I think it was in White Oak, wasn't it?
County roads need to be paved.
No, sir.
White Oak, wasn't it?
White Oak is, the 700.
Yeah.
So they're getting.
No, correction, that's in Bogart. Just to give you guys a heads up, my phone's been ringing off the wall. Of course, I've been forwarding them on to MoDOT because everybody, you know, they say Henry County Road and Bridge, they call me. And, these back roads, like Y, PP, C, O, there's nothing but solid sheet ice and, come to find out, I've been told, that they're not to be plowing the back roads. They're not to be putting no material down on the back roads because they wasted too much material on the main lines.
Benton County, I don't know, and just like I talked to Greg Smith last night, talked to Kevin, I talked to both of them. And one of the things I found out, Kevin said, well, maybe it's because of the road count. How many people travel the road? Well, when you're going down to see the same people, and it's not county line, that doesn't hold true.
No, because you can draw a line right across, Y and PP intersection. There's, Denton County side's clean and Henry County's got.
That much time. And that is facts, and that's why I was griping to Greg Smith. I called after talking to Kevin. I knew I'd find out that Greg had already had 4 or 5. I said, well, I'd have people calling me about it.
So I'm just.
And I just tried to tell them, we're not over them. If that's a problem, they're gonna have to figure out, because what do you do? And just like I told Greg, just what I do, just give me a number and then we can tell them. One of them does it, one of them doesn't.
I've been
That's not
giving them
good.
the local number out here, and they called me back and said, nobody's answering the phone. Well,
He don't answer the phones all the time. Said,
No, they don't.
That's right.
I know the system
They
out there.
push the button, ignore it. That's how
I've
it
been
works.
there for 28 years, I know the system out there.
They say, ignore.
So, just in case you guys do get phone calls and stuff, 885-4022 is the local number, or they can call the customer service in Springfield. But, I've been told that they're not treating the back roads and they're not plowing the back roads. Matter of fact, they shut the shed down yesterday and went to, another shed and had CPR training yesterday. So.
That's important.
Yeah, that way they know how to get out of the truck and go get some. No, I shouldn't say
But
that.
It is very
Well,
important
I'm
to
sorry,
have.
it's important.
It's
It's
just-
just like when you go down the. meeting, you have to
There's
go
a
over
time to reschedule
steps,
though.
how to leave, how to give CPR, one person's in charge of that. Yes, speaking.
But, you know, that, it's important, I agree, but it's something that, they could have rescheduled in my book. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, and we ain't got much to say about it, except I wanted you guys to have a heads up that I am getting those phone calls, and I have been addressing them towards the, county board.
I actually saw something in one of those Facebook deals, and they were all talking about the roads are bad and this and that. And somebody actually made the comment, well, if it's a state road, PennDOT does it, but if it's a county road, call Road and Bridge.
And
That's what
they
said.
call Road and Bridge, and Road and Bridge is gonna direct them to the
Well,
proper township.
You had one that was Road and Bridge.
Yeah. But
From, I wanna know how far that goes, well, it just goes down to where the course starts, isn't it?
What's that?
Over by Bucksall.
The road
He
going
asked
down to
you that.
Bucksall.
okay,
From
right
the U
there,
highway.
as you come off of U Highway and go down, it's like the second or third house. That's where the line
Yeah.
is.
It's not very long.
No, it's probably,
Stop sign to,
it's probably from here to the street.
yeah, it's,
It's,
That's what I was
it's not much
thinking.
longer than that.
I
But
told him.
that's where the line is, and, the guy, you know, that called me before, is, you know, about a rough road, I told him, I'll get a hold of the township and let them know. Because that's townships, we're a township government, and as long as it's township, they gotta take care of it, and they gotta make the calls. If we ever go to a countywide government, then I can make a decision to make a call, but until then, I just forward them on to the townships.
Yeah.
So no, I do not do snow removal.
that was the
gravel
reason I
roads.
asked, because I'm
We don't do it.
curious. And neither does townships from what I've
Well,
gathered.
you know what, take
Unless
a road
it's
grader and
really
stick
thick.
on the asphalt.
Snow
They
blade.
don't have.
It depends what township or what specialty you go to, like,
Not
Windsor.
specials, just townships.
well, even specials. Like Windsor, they have a snow plow that goes on their dump truck, and they have, I think, a motor grader, with a blade on it, and then I think they have a pickup with the plow on it.
Okay.
And then you go up here to Bogard, and they got a motor grader, and Davis, they got a motor grader, and
They got a front big wedge.
Leesville,
They got
they have one. I mean, the people that have motor graders, they'll go out and run them if it's 2 or 3 inches. But they're not gonna go out and run them if it's less than 2 inches.
We didn't do it unless it was 3.
So,
If it's ice, it's.
and if it's ice, all you're doing, regardless, is polishing it.
Right.
You're gonna make it slicker.
All you're doing if it's ice is polishing it. And when you polish it, you're just making things a heck of a lot slicker.
Oh, well, we had a guy call about that road going to the core there on Bucksall, so that's the reason I got contacted.
Well, I figured you would because, we received a call, or one of my employees received a call on it. And he said, you need to get hold of your township, or your, whatever you're called.
Commissioner.
Commissioner.
I tell you what, I just put both
Worth
of you.
better than what he could have done, I guess.
I just put both of you on my favorites, and I'll say, wait just a second, I'll send you his number. So that's what I told him, after I visited with him, I told him what the situation was, cause it just driving back from Springfield. And then when all that come up, I already knew the answer to it. Well, I'm telling him, and then he just kept on, I said, fine, why don't you call Jake, you can talk to him, that's your commissioner in the south side.
And he did.
And guess what, so he called him.
But actually, the guy, first call, he said, my guy told him, well, you just need to call Jim Stone, because Jim Stone would be the one that takes care of that. And,
I get that
Had it
call.
nailed the first time, I don't know why we gotta change it up.
so, no, I figured you guys would've got a call on it, or you guys are gonna be getting some calls on these back roads and stuff, but I have nothing to do with them. It's up to the township or the highway department.
That's what I thought, I just thought I needed to.
That's where I'll have to admit, just like doing, just different cases, it'd be nice to have a road grader.
You know, well, not only a motor grader, but you know, we got, 3 F-350s out there that you could put a snowplow on, but you gotta be invited by the township to come in and do it, otherwise you can't send them a bill.
You can't afford it.
If you just go out there and do it, you can't
afford
send
to
them
do
a
it.
bill.
That's right.
And, you know, some of these townships, like, one,
Fields Creek.
Brett Wagner's.
Fields Creek Special.
Fields Creek Special.
Yeah.
He's told me regardless, my roads need mowed, you mow. I don't care if I get a bill or whatever, he goes, I want my roads taken care of. So that's just an understanding we have with Fields Creek Special. Whether it's an odd year, even year, if we got the time or if we're in the neighborhood, we're gonna mow these roads and send them a bill.
Are there very many people, or not people, but townships that actually still owe on invoices?
We got a big chunk from Fields Creek, but they didn't pay all of it. I think that might be the only, there's like 3 others. But the big balance for Fields Creek was like cut in half. They're still.
Amy'd have to give us a list on that.
There's some issue on Booth Road that don't wanna pay for.
And it's on their end, and Brad Smart knows it, because I've explained it to Brad Smart.
Yeah.
And
They didn't pay that.
Richard Warsick, who pays the bills, don't wanna understand it that way, because he claims that road belongs to the city, and the city owns from this side of the road that way, and we own from the road this way.
And you ask, you can go anywhere, and I guarantee I've been down there. I had an agreement with Greg, well, sheriff, and we used to laugh about it and get a hand. But if mayor don't stand behind it, then you're screwed. And so therefore, it's like all the time out there, I just said, hey, I don't know, and because if they have a wreck or anything like that, get a phone call,
Thank you.
somebody needs to get out there and fix it. And it's wearing, just like the road, if it's, get potholes, that's what we've had to do is go out there and work on it. I said, hell, we need to put it back in gravel then, if we're gonna do that.
The city, they claim, and they say they have it in writing, and Richard Warsick says he has it in writing, but he'd have to find it.
Neither one of them's got it.
But neither one of them can supply the
No.
document, but
I've
the
asked for
city
that.
says we own up to the road. And from the road west belongs to the county. So on Booth Road, it's gonna be in Fields Creek or it's gonna be in Clinton Township. And Clinton Township, they're good to work with Bob Parks, because, the other night when we had the ice storm, we had a tree come down across Booth Road, and, I had to call some people out to go take care of it. And normally, I'd call the township and say, hey, you got this tree, you wanna take care of it, or we gotta take care of it? Well, Bob, he's made it kinda understanding with me that, if it's something like that, then he, you know, he's 82 years old.
You know what
Just
he
had
did,
2
what he can't.
surgeries, take care of it and send me a bill. And, but,
Let's get some money.
I'd have to get a current list from Amy, for Tuesday to see where we are on
I
don't think it's
invoices. But I don't know for sure, and like Rick said, he got a big check from Fields Creek, so I could talk. But the one on, Booth Road that they're arguing about, is billed to Fields Creek because, it went on the road and the city's not laying claim to that road.
Is that the one that
Oh, there.
cuts through there at Martin's Curve?
No, it's the one across from Mallards
Oh,
that
thank
goes
you.
down to Kit Cart Road and Erie Road.
Okay.
That takes you out to 18. And I gotta get a hold of both of them townships because I've had several complaints, in the last few months of, a lot of traffic going down those roads and stuff. And, a lot of kids and stuff are on Erie Road and, they're driving 45, 50 mile an hour and them big trucks and it's just slowly tearing the roads up and.
Well, they've got a box culvert coming down the hill on Urick Road. I didn't know if it was ours or if it was the city's, but
Urick
it's.
is all city.
Uri.
Urick Road's all
Yeah.
city?
All the way up to Booth Road.
Booth Road.
And then Booth Road, we take
Yeah.
over.
And we
Okay,
take it
it's
from there.
ours.
It's ours.
They got that box culvert at the bottom of the box, of the
Mhm.
hill.
Just past it, you go to stop sign, turn and go top of the hill and then you drop down, it's right there.
Yeah, it's starting to get some pretty good dips on the side. I didn't know if it was starting to slough off or not.
We've put some dirt in there because it was sloughing off, but it's another one of them deals that, Bob Parks is gonna, well, actually it'll come down to me because it's one of our, it's more than 4 foot.
Okay.
So it'd be one that we're gonna have to go in there and, what I'm gonna end up doing is ripping it out and putting a 5 foot, ADS pipe in there, which
Okay.
is the gray plastic, which is fire retardant and stuff like that. And it'll carry water of a 72-inch,
That sounds good.
corrugated metal.
Is that on your list for this year or just whenever you can get to it?
Whenever I get to it, because, like I said, I'm still I'm working on weight restricted bridges, trying to get them all rebuilt. So we can get weight restrictions lifted off all this stuff. And in the meantime, you know, I'm having to wait for permits and stuff. We can go out there and do that in 2 days and it's just, done deal. And it's something that we can check off the list at a later date.
Okay.
But, we got a lot more that's worse than that we never thought about doing.
Oh, wow.
But, with my budget, you know, I can only do so many each year. And so,
With that road and the vehicles driving up and down so fast, do we need to get hold of Aaron to see if he can go out there and kind of look after it?
it's a possibility, but the bad thing of it is he can sit there all day and only have one semi come through and one car that's actually breaking the speed limit.
Yeah.
It's one of them that, I think the truckers have figured out instead of cutting through, because they put a weight limit restriction on, Martinville Cut-Through Road.
Oh.
It's a 10-ton weight restriction. So truckers still use it, but they've also figured out that if they go down to Booth Road, it's a heck of a lot smoother and they can make better time.
That makes sense.
It's just one of them ongoing battles and stuff. Mark, you got anything for me?
No.
Please keep me informed on this matter here because, the lady wants me to keep her informed on what's going on with it. That way I can keep giving her updates and stuff. Jake, you got anything for me?
Not today.
Jim?
Nope, that's all. I was gonna tell you about the bridge. It was
One
interesting,
one
an interesting day. We had we had to bring up a vote. Cause otherwise we wasn't gonna get that, remember? one bridge. And I was sitting between Shannon from, County, and then, there's me and Steve Lasky in Green County, she was sitting up there, and then Dylan, and then his emergency management, or his director on, like, case center, was sitting on that, Shannon. So Shannon and, his guy voted yes to go with it. And then I voted yes, and, Steve Lasky voted yes, Dylan voted yes, so they give us a 1 point. Then it went to the other side, and Greene County down there, she had been talking all for it. Until it come to the vote, well, see, she just works for the commissioners, she wasn't there. And then she said, no, I gotta vote again now. Anyway, guess what? Then we went on around and I know somebody was on, and it had to be a commissioner, they was on the phone. And he had called in because Snowy couldn't make it. So anyway, he voted yes. And that put us, we beat him on 1 point. But it was a close deal. And that's just where it was, just like Stevie Lasky. And one other thing I found out, when they do them, they send in this form for the bridges. There's a place on there to mark how much the county would be up to pay on the soft match money. Well, I'll be honest with you, Steve Delasky didn't, and Shannon, neither one of us, not a one of us ever met it. Well, Great Rivers put 10% on. So then Steve and all of us said, hey, we gotta pay a little more, just like Steve Lasky said, hey, if we can get another bridge, we'll try to do it. So we upped it to 15, and then that put us in the category. So then I made it all work. But that's how, it was a close deal that day. There wasn't we ended up with one, and our other one was 2 or 3 points away. We still, and like I said, it's hard to say what happens next year, but that's just something. But we got one. I said, no, it's kind of like doing our bids. If we can get one done, I said, we still haven't got our bridges done for 22.
Now, will they or will you guys notify Lindsay to proceed with
They
all
will.
this
This,
stuff?
what I've got is just preliminary, and I'm waiting for Frank Miller to send all this stuff.
Okay.
And I never even looked at that yet.
They're already send out for RFPs for
Yeah,
engineering.
you'll get everything.
And so, and I don't know if I told you guys, we got somewhere around 200,000 sitting in our soft match account. One of the bridges, which is the bridge on 400, has already been taken out of our soft match account. So we just got 200,000 on these other 2 bridges that we gotta worry about. But in the meantime, I got like 3 bridges that I'm waiting to hear back from the state on getting our money from them. They've had paperwork for 6 months to 8 months now, and I haven't heard a word on those 3 bridges. So once we get those 3 bridges added to our soft match, it should bring in about another 200,000. So, Rick, you got anything for me?
Just have an inventory sheet.
I want it.
I know it, that's all right.
Okay, if you guys ain't got nothing else for me, I'm out of here. Have a good day.
Thank you, man. Just got it from Dylan. We'll get our TAC meetings at 9:30 next Thursday. I'll send you this, both of you.
Oh, okay.
I got your emails, I'll just send it over to you. And then, it's got the minutes and everything here. And we should be getting another one for the case.
The blue checks are checks from employee benefits, like insurance payments that come out of the employees' checks.
Oh, Brittany Mitchell, she sent a deal, traffic court for Henry County, T closed for pipe work.
Not right now, it's not, I mentioned.
That's what I was thinking.
I have one more thing for you guys. Before the meeting this morning, I received a call from Cassidy Cooper. She attended the Deepwater Township board meeting yesterday, and 3 of the 4 board members resigned.
Off of what?
Deepwater Township, right around Montrose. And she said that they appointed 3 replacements. But I explained to her that only the commissioners make those appointments. So they were unaware that those aren't legal appointments. But I said that I would contact Jason Wareham, he's the last man standing down there, and share the process and get these folks' names, because I think that they have filed to run for office. So we'll have to formally appoint them, if that's who you choose to appoint, but I'll get that information for you hopefully by Tuesday.
Okay.
Y'all should have it.
So that countywide public official spreadsheet I sent to you is inaccurate, right?
So, it's outdated. You haven't got it.
Well, you try.
And once I replace that, it'll be outdated again.
It'll be outdated.
You're completely outdated.
Hey Rick, I got I meant to give this to you the other day, the receipt for my phone and everything like that.
Okay.
Did you want it? Do I need to
Yep.
fill anything out?
We'll reimburse. Also, I need your sign up for that CPAC meeting.
I was supposed, they should have it in the email.
Oh, you sent it to me?
It was sent on the 2nd, I think. Let me see, I probably left it at the house. Yeah, it was sent on the 2nd, Rick.
Alright.
If for some reason, like it went to your junk or whatever, you can't find it,
Might be overtime.
yeah, I'll have to resend it again.
Okay.
But I asked her to look, and she told me what and when.
Okay, I'll look that up.
Do we have, like, this IT guy that, Chuck, I think it's
Chuck Fields?
Is he on like a retainer or what?
Yeah, we pay
Yeah.
monthly.
So,
Yeah.
basically, okay.
So he's fantastic to work with, I'm just phone call away, and, you know, I'll have an issue, and he has a guy that answers the phone and logs in and fixes it.
He's right across the street.
Yeah, he has office over there, Ann has had problems, and she's helped him out, and, he's worth the money, he helps us with our cybersecurity stuff, and make sure that all of our systems are secure as much as possible.
Anything can be hacked.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't matter what it is. Anything can be hacked nowadays.
Yeah.
But our kind of firewalls you can, but anybody can.
It's hard to stay ahead of them.
Yeah, that's the issue.
And I don't know anything about this stuff, I am very illiterate on it.
That's why I have Apple, so I don't have to have any other thing, you know? It's got its own security. Not saying it's the best, but it's something I ain't gotta worry
Better than
about.
nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I think any of them it can't happen.
Oh, yeah.
I don't feel what you got. I've got a really double one.
Yeah, see that?
Hey, you get over there, you'll see what I do.
We didn't talk about like the old business or the Corps of Engineers, Dylan and Rich. They've been on there a couple of times now. Do we need to visit about that or?
I'm not sure what their comment for.
Okay.
He did call and change the date and time on that, cause it was,
Yeah, it was supposed to be in day, wasn't it?
I think it might have been.
It was supposed
They
to.
pushed it back.
I think that's because of the new, Charles. I think Charles, do we have that letter where he's coming to talk to us? I think it's Charles. He is the new, what was the guy that, Larry White, that retired?
Oh, yeah.
He taken over all of, down at Casey, down there to like, down there to Dan.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's who it is, cause his son is married to Macy.
So you're just coming to introduce themselves, is that what you're
Rich's
doing?
daughter, Greg Lowe's granddaughter,
Okay.
helping it out. Real nice people, and he's really, really good, cause he retired from somewhere and he taken over the job, so. And I think he'll be real good to work with, he's a nice guy.
So that's next Thursday, huh?
Huh?
Next Thursday's gonna get busy.
And
Hey.
Tuesday, next Tuesday is,
Next Thursday, hey, that ain't gonna work for us.
You guys gone that day?
Well, yeah, Rich Giles, and dang it, I wanna be here on that one.
Deeds
Thursday, we
9:30.
got, commission meeting. Wait a minute, get the right day, yeah. Or not, TAC meeting and case at 9:30.
Alright, so I'll have to reschedule that.
Can you get a hold
So
change that?
you'll have a very short meeting Thursday.
That's right. Cause I'd be over there at 9:30. That's what time it starts.
Okay, I'll try to push it back another week then.
Tell me to. But it's 9:30 it starts, and so when we're done, then the King Center meeting starts. Then
What time
after
do they
that,
have them in there?
Huh?
10?
You said 9:30 for the TAC meeting.
yeah, 9:30, and then we'll probably be done 10:30.
Are you gonna meet at all?
Sorry?
Yeah, no, we usually come over here a little bit.
So
and
you'll
pay
be done by
bills.
9:30?
Yeah,
Okay, so just bills.
I just, as soon as I get done, I need to leave, because, and I really can't understand, because I thought we always started, at 10:30.
Yeah, that sounds all right.
I'm gonna ask Dylan, but that's what he sent out.
Okay.
That's a itinerary, and then got the minutes down below.
So next, Tuesday is the bid opening for our audit, so I've received one bid so far, but it's due, 10 o'clock Tuesday.
When, next Tuesday? Yeah.
They're due by then? Is that what you said?
They're due to be received here by 10. We'll open those
That's
up.
Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 17.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, no,
The
God,
14th.
I'm gonna take that damn calendar down there. By the way,
Okay.
our shade is gone. It fell apart here a while ago when I come in. I just,
On the margin?
huh? I guess.
I think I just threw
They
it
don't
away.
have none under it. I don't think we're gonna get one for my keys.
You guys have anything else for me?
Let's see. So anything else?
I'll second that motion.
All right, motion been made second to adjourn.
Yes.
All in favor, say aye. You don't have to have.
Oh,
Yes,
aye.
That's all.
I'm gonna learn this before we
Only
know
on
it.
contracts and stuff like that, you have that.
Hey Rick, are you leaving anywhere, or are you just gonna go down to your
I'm
office?
just going downstairs.
I'm gonna go, I got a couple questions for you.
Okay.
I'll meet you down there.
Alright, I usually eat lunch here.
You want case?
Is there anything new on there?
No, except the stampers, where you stamp them.